sign into the stream.
You just immediately leave. Oh, okay, bye. Well, fuck, I guess it's my stream now.
Wait, did you press the live just as I got up?
Yes,
That's
I
amazing.
did. Pretty much.
Just, hey Celeste, how you doing?
Hey, Celeste.
Oh my god, yeah. You pressed live, I'm like, alright, I'm out.
See ya.
I did my job.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bye.
Fuck Steak's a good character.
I know.
Wait, that's not signing into the stream. It's just checking the stats.
Yeah. Man, it's just hard to turn off the hustle, you know?
Yeah. Oh, Kanda.
Hey, Kanda.
By the way, remember you were saying the other day, you guys should probably take a day off. And I was like, nah, it's all good. We'll take a day off when we're ready.
Now we're taking a week off.
We need to take a week. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, no, she did say a week. My bad.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you know what? We actually do need to
Yeah,
take
we totally do. We absolutely do.
I really tried to fight it, but...
You're like, we don't need to take time off. I'm just glaring at you from the side like, what are you doing? You don't speak for me! What even is this conversation? There are no ethics in shipping. Yeah, that's kind of the point.
Well, there are ethics in everything. It's just, are they good or bad?
Yeah. Are they being followed is the question.
Tis. Let's turn this fucking volumes off. All right.
Yeah.
I've got you guys
Got you.
on the pad.
Alright, we'll just give like a minute or two for everyone to show up. Hey, what's up?
Hey, Christina. How you doing? Oh, Christina. I know about the membership situation, but I don't really know what
Situation?
to do. Yeah, okay, so apparently she can't, like, basically do anything as a member. She's paying, but she doesn't get, like, the logo, like, the little symbol, and she, like, can't comment on the member section and stuff like that.
What the hell?
I don't know.
There's so little you get already.
I know. Like, it's just a nice little thank you for the most part.
Pretty much, yeah.
So we've got to figure this out.
Yeah, we actually kind of do. Sorry about that.
Yeah, as far as I know, you might have to just, like, cancel.
Yeah, cancel and then resubscribe. That's not. You won't be the only person who's done it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
worry.
People cancel and rejoin all the time.
We're cool with it. It's,
Yeah.
it's all good.
But yeah, you know. Well, I mean, yeah, but it's you still
Still,
want.
you should get something.
Well, the other thing is she doesn't turn up in the members list apparently.
Oh, okay, no, see, that's bullshit. We need to give you a shout out in the
wait, hang on.
credits.
Was she in the Encanto credits?
Christina. Oh, Grisa? No, yeah, I remember that
Well,
name.
if she's in the Encanto
I'm
credits,
pretty
then we're
sure.
good.
Yeah, then I'm pretty sure
It's
you're
up-
there.
It should be updated.
Yeah, yeah.
That's at least something.
Maybe it was just a glitch or something.
Mm.
I don't know.
So lives will be every other week. I mean, yeah, probably.
Probably.
Like
it's
I
hard
want to
to
do
keep
them
up.
every week, but we're really struggling to keep up, and it's like we want to get ahead of our movie schedule so that we can actually start the second channel, whether it be
Yeah.
TV or just general commentary. We're leaning more towards Gen Com.
Yeah.
But,
Bit
in order
easier.
to get there, we need to get out of our own schedule, and it's just not fucking happening.
We'll see how we go after the break, because we kind of bit off a little more than we could chew with the
little bit.
sponsors and then also
Yeah.
the videos on top of that.
Yeah, so we're definitely we'll not really be doing any more sponsors for a while. Just the extra work that goes into it just puts us behind on the videos.
Yeah.
So the
Throws a bit of a spanner in the works.
yeah, so the Friendspire ads that we've done obviously are cool. We might do more for Friendspire, but I don't think we'll be
Yeah.
accepting anything else for the moment.
Yeah. Wait, is this shipping goods or shipping?
Couples.
Oh,
Shipping
couples.
people.
Yeah. Oh. Oh no. There's another way to interpret that phrase.
Yeah.
My take is shipping is all about sex with other characters. It can be. I mean, not necessarily. People ship people in just cute kind of.
There's a whole stream dedicated to
Yeah.
something. I don't think we need to.
We're gonna get even deeper down the
We'll
rabbit
get
hole.
into
Well,
it.
I just want to prelude with, we're not going to go into just the Rule 34 stuff, okay? This is not exclusively about the smut. Rule 34.
I didn't think it was about the smut at all.
No. Oh, well.
I know that that's a part of it, but
It's a big part of it, unfortunately.
but there's so much that we're going to talk about that's not
Yeah.
that. Dude, but
Yeah,
the
no,
stream
exactly.
isn't about that.
I know it's not. That's why I'm saying it's not.
But more importantly,
So I'm clarifying.
We never even brought it up.
Yeah, I know.
I'd never intended to talk about that at all.
Hey, people brought it up in the chat. I thought we should
No.
address it.
I know, but
Yeah.
You're talking about like it's a huge part of it, except we're talking about giant stacks of information that none of that include that.
Yeah, no, we're not touching on it. All right, okay. Reckon we're good to start?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
as well.
as you saw from the title, we're going to be talking about the ethics of shipping, so the good stuff, the bad stuff, and the just super fucked up stuff.
Well, just in general, I found that everything kind of falls somewhere in the gray area depending on context.
Pretty
so
much,
we'll
yeah.
Get into that.
There's a good way to do it, there's a bad way to do it, but unfortunately, in my experience, a lot of the time, it's the bad stuff that gets most of the attention because it's so weird a lot of the time.
Well, but generally speaking, I also assume that a lot of the people who would do it like for the right reasons or whatever just don't really talk about it that much.
Pretty much,
Because
yeah.
what's the point? They're like, oh yeah,
Exactly.
that couple's cool.
Yeah.
And like, that's it. End of
That's nice.
conversation.
They look cute together.
yeah.
They're not going to be like, you know, but they were siblings.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. But yeah.
Oh, because of the Rule 34 stuff. I mean, everyone knows that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, shit, we fucking Star Wars Force of Evil, yes.
Yeah, totally agree with the was good till it wasn't on translation.
Oh,
Huh?
right, yeah, I've got a list on there that's called Was Good Until It Wasn't.
Oh, like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that. Oh, no, I think that one I just straight up rated bad. No,
Oh, okay.
I should put it on that list, if it's not already there.
Because there's definitely some things.
Yeah,
Sliders, unfortunately, is a great example of...
Right. Young Justice is on there too. I haven't even watched the 4th season. I don't really want to bother.
No, I have to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to not watch it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll let you watch
See,
it, and then you can tell
we
me.
were
if
talking
it's
earlier
good.
about how you have to follow every character's story, and now you're not doing that.
Well,
Which
because
is fine.
when it
Don't
hurts
do
me
it.
so badly,
Yeah, so just read the comics.
there's a threshold.
So you see how this argument doesn't work out
Wait, sorry, what do you mean?
when you're talking about the same thing for comics. Just you
Oh,
treat the comics
right.
the same as you treat TV shows.
Yeah, fair, okay.
Some things just aren't worth it.
I see your point, but I completely missed a change. How did this new format of live streams with topic discussions come about? We just wanted to structure them better and create a new channel exclusively for streams.
Hmm.
Because we noticed that they weren't like getting stale, but I feel like the other ones were kind of getting repetitive. We would just kind of end up talking about the same stuff.
Look, the live streams we were doing before is just a fun hangout.
Yeah.
And that's cool, but it only works for the people who were there in the live stream at the time. And that's fine, but we want a stream that people can enjoy after the fact as well as during.
Exactly. And also bring in new people to enjoy as well.
Are you sure she was in the membership list?
Huh.
We'll have to look again.
Mixed up with a different
We'll
name.
have to look again. We'll figure it out.
Sorry, we'll figure this out.
It's okay. We got to get on the topic.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll start now. So, first segment is the good stuff. We're going to start out. We're going to start out positive. Actually,
are we not starting out with the negatives?
well, I can just reorganize that very quickly. Sorry about this, guys. Just some minor technical difficulties. We're going to start off with the bad stuff. We're going to end on a high note.
Yeah.
So, obviously, like, one of the biggest one that comes up is incest shipping. So,
yeah.
Supernatural, Encanto, Gravity Falls. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's for me it's weird because I really only hear about this stuff like
Secondhand through me.
Yeah, and through like Sarah.
Yeah.
And, Maria and
Those of us who trudge through the deepest, darkest depths of the internet.
Yeah, because I don't really get that much into the actual fandoms anymore.
Yeah.
And then like people tell me later on about this stuff, and I'm like, hang on. So what you're telling me right now is that people want Sam and Dean Winchester to get together.
Yeah, they want the Winchesters to Wincesters.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So,
It ain't good.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory. The idea that people actually try to ship characters that are related. And it's like, I feel like some people would sort of have that argument of, well, like, what if they weren't? And you're like, but they are.
Yeah, but they are.
But they are.
But they are, though. Yeah, you know, that's just don't. Just don't. Just fucking stop.
Why are we doing this?
Oh, my God. I mean, yeah, you can make the argument that it's like, oh, but it's just a fantasy. It's not real.
I swear to
but
God.
it's based in something real, you know? It's like you're romanticizing, like, sibling dynamics or fucking parent-child dynamics. It's inherently fucked.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Even outside of like the whole genetics thing of like, don't fuck your siblings and people you're related to because birth defects. Even outside of that, it's just
even outside of the DNA problems.
The actual psychology of it is not good. Those kinds of connections are not meant to overlap with each other. People develop serious developmental issues when they do this shit in real life.
Really?
You know?
Yeah, see, this is, I mean, for me, like, growing up an only child to a single parent, this is such a foreign concept.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I generally have to get, my thoughts on this through other people who actually have siblings.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But, like, just from the outside looking in, obviously I didn't grow up with anybody, only child, all that kind of stuff. But from the outside looking in, it's like, so hang on, this person that you grew up with, you've known them since a small child, you share all the same secrets, all that kind of stuff, you want to fuck them.
See, it's worse than that though, because what you just described on like a surface level could even be a childhood best friend.
Sure.
But you don't live together.
Yeah.
It's not quite the same. And even the same as like, just for context, the cast of the Harry Potter crew,
they all grew up together, but it's a little different.
But even obviously. For them, in interviews, like Emma Watson talked about how when she had to do a kissing scene with,
it felt so weird.
It felt weird. She was like, it felt like incest because she's known them for so long. It's like that's how easy it is to develop that kind of a relationship with a person.
Yeah.
So a lot of time, even the childhood best friend trope goes a little too far, where it's like, this is basically a sibling ship. You've just circumvented the biggest qualifier for it as like a weird loophole.
Yeah.
So you're like, ooh, I can still have all the same tropes, but not really. And, and I won't get cancelled for it.
Well, and you do have to wonder about that, like you say, the childhood best friend thing.
Yeah.
It's like, because, I mean, I didn't have, not that kind of childhood
best
friend.
Exactly.
I didn't, I guess I was really close to this one girl when I was, like, in the single digits.
Yeah.
But then, like, we were just best friends.
Yeah. No, I had a childhood best friend, and she was my cousin. So,
okay,
and because also we don't look, we don't look alike.
I think you talked about this, but people started
constantly would think that like,
is this your girlfriend?
No,
this is my fucking cousin.
My fucking cousin, dude.
Stop it.
Just because we are close and we bond a lot and we spend a lot of time together doesn't mean that there's fucking romantic attraction between us.
Yeah,
it's one of the other problems we're going to get into later.
People were kind of shipping you in real life,
pretty much. Yeah.
Again, like
we're going to touch on that.
I don't think we need to really have much of a talk about that because the general is just don't do it.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Yeah,
it's
that's a real quick note. Just real person shipping.
Yeah,
this is not a discussion.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it. It's not okay. It's not cool.
Speaking of which, now that I'm thinking back on that childhood best friend I have, I think the reason we stopped being friends is because people started shipping us and it got really weird and uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, see.
And I was like, so I don't understand what's happening. Did the boys say that you're supposed to be my girlfriend? What's the deal?
That's just confusing.
Yeah, and I don't think she was even into guys now that I'm thinking about it.
Yep.
Which, was like whatever.
Mm.
But yeah, it was kind of a bummer thinking back because, we were really good friends.
Kind of ruined a relationship. Yeah. Well, there's some other topics that ties into, but for now, we'll move on to the underage and mentor stuff.
Yeah, this is a big thing and a big problem.
No, please fucking don't. The most prevalent examples that come to mind are, say, Spider-Man in the MCU specifically, Spider-Man and Iron Man, and Bill Cipher and Dipper. Like,
for those of you who have seen Gravity Falls,
you're nasty. All right?
Yeah.
You really are.
That's literally being like, so this character who's a small child and this character who's an eternal god,
dream demon thing,
that's planning to murder everyone and steal your soul, that's the ship.
What's worse is that the way that they humanize Bill specifically is as an older man.
They
could it
makes sense.
It makes sense, but he's a fucking shape-shifting demon from another dimension. You could have at least made him age appropriate, just aesthetically.
I'm glad they didn't, because it makes it very fucking clear. No matter what you do, this is wrong.
It makes it very clear, but it's like, I'm gonna make him an adult. Oh, okay, good. So you're going with something more relevant to his age, and then I'm gonna ship him with a child. Oh no! Why?
Absolutely.
You could not be more aware of this.
If they made it Bill Cipher is also a kid, and
it would still be wrong. It would be misleading.
No, but you do that's worse to me because now you're just pretending.
Yeah, he's a kid. Yeah.
Now it's okay. It doesn't matter how long they've been around or how they act. It's the Edward Cullen situation,
thing, isn't it? Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
it's
you're
worse.
totally
It's just
right.
pretending that everything's fine
Yeah.
whilst it's actually just as gross. You just
Yeah.
said it wasn't what it was.
Yeah.
The fuck?
I want to clarify the biggest problem with these ships is just a power imbalance. It's the dynamic is that one person is inherently more dependent
On the
and,
other.
and vulnerable than the other, and
Mm-hmm.
that person can just automatically take advantage of that without even meaning to a lot of the time. So even in terms of ships where it's like, oh, but like they're both like of legal consenting age, it's like, yeah, but if they've been their teacher and kind of like helped
Teacher,
raise
parent,
them
mentor,
somewhat, it's weird, you know?
Politician, preacher.
Yeah,
so on.
anything. That's not okay.
Yeah, and it really is, like you say, the power imbalance, the
Yeah.
dynamic. And this is honestly the biggest issue with just regular relationships that are age inappropriate or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, is it predatory? And the answer is like 99.99% of the time, yes.
Yeah, and something to keep in mind is that it can be predatory even when it's not deliberate.
Even when it's not intentionally predatory,
even when
that's true.
Even when it's well-meaning, it's like, no, dude, just sit still. I don't care if you have really intellectually stimulating conversation. I don't care if they're super mature for their age. No.
The experience difference is a big thing.
No.
This is something I started noticing even in like the last like 5-10 years, and like having that question of like, well, I'm 30 and this girl is like 20. Is that okay? And then you think about it and you're like, it's not even about whether it is or isn't okay. We're in inherently different points in our life.
Yeah. It's more about, my concern is more that it's like, is it healthy?
Well, that's what I mean.
You know?
If we're in entirely different points of our life and we're doing different things, we're having different experiences, there are different amounts of things we need to experience.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just bad.
I just don't know how the fuck I would ever connect with someone 10 years younger than me on that level. Or like,
Well,
just
on a healthy, correct level,
exactly,
where it's
you know?
not like, again, the power imbalance.
I want a partner.
Oh,
I want
yeah.
someone who's my equal.
Yeah, well, I think the reason this comes up is that there's a lot of dudes, sometimes women too, who they need to be in charge.
Yeah.
But it's like, I kind of understand that, like, well, I don't feel powerful, so therefore I need to have power. But the expression of it in this form is so fucked.
Yeah, it's kind of
it's like
wrong.
Instead of finding out how to like have confidence and have your own power and stand your own ground, all those kinds of things, all you're doing instead of putting yourself on an equal footing with the people around you, is just putting yourself in a position of power over the people who aren't equal to you.
Exactly.
The only way for you to gain power is to take it away from somebody else.
Yeah, which is like, bro, see a therapist. All right, well, we got to move on to... All right, these two kind of tie into each other. So devaluing other kinds of relationships, so like platonic, familial, other forms of love, and also the idea that romance is kind of the be-all and end-all.
Yeah.
So this came up massively with Encanto, which is pretty relevant, because people noticed that people kept trying to force ships into the story
that shouldn't be there.
When it's like, that's not the point.
The point of the story is about family.
It's about family, but people keep trying to derail the whole thing to be like, no, but what if Mirabel had a boyfriend or a girlfriend? It's like, it doesn't matter. It's not.
What if that boyfriend was Camilo?
Yeah. What? Oh God. Anyway, yeah, it's just like some examples that come off just off the bat. Yeah, Encanto, How I Met Your Mother, A Cinderella Story, Star vs. Forces of Evil, even Avatar: The Last Airbender.
There's a bit of that there.
Yeah.
The How I Met Your Mother one is really interesting because they do this interesting character dynamic where they kind of on again, off again, and by the end you sort of realize like,
Ted and Robin, just to clarify.
Ted and Robin, to be clear. With Ted and Robin, it's just like, by the end you get to this point of like, yeah, they'd make really good friends. They should just stay like best friends. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's cool. They can have other partners, Robin and Barney, that's all good. I mean, Barney's growing a lot. Weird character arc, but whatever.
Weird flex, but okay.
It's a whole other thing.
Go off.
But, like, that would have been fine. And then they were like, no, we decided at the start that they will end up together, so that's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
And I was just like, dude, you to stick on that, romance being the be-all and end-all, you've just entirely devalued the idea of men and women being friends at all.
Well, people who can have sexual compatibility not being able to be friends. It just ties right into the same kind of toxic idea behind, oh, dude, you're a guy and you have a gay friend. Dude, you should be careful around him. He might try some shit with you.
Yeah.
That does not immediately equate to attraction.
Yeah.
I'm bi. I don't want to fuck Siam. I don't want to fuck Sam. Like, no, dude. Okay?
Yeah.
That does not mean that I'm going to automatically be attracted to anyone and everyone that I meet just because I'm attracted to more than one gender. All right?
Yeah. And it's like, so I can't have a female friend who's like beautiful and intelligent and fun and funny, all those kinds of things, and just be like, but not actually compatible. It's long term. Like, we could make it work because we're close or whatever, but like, we'd be making it work.
It's something that does not come up enough. That just because all the stuff is there doesn't mean that you have to or should even go for it.
Even then, that's just all the surface stuff. That's all like the basic requirements. What about the details?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, and just it's annoying because Ted and Robin was such a good example of, hey, sometimes you can meet someone who seems like the right person.
Really good on paper.
But it just doesn't work out. And a lot of the times I feel...
Some of the things about How I Met
Your
Mother
sure.
You know, go on.
But a lot of the times people will get into that relationship and then just force it. And then just double down like Ted almost did and just try to make it work anyway.
Like, you know what?
And stay in an unhealthy relationship for the rest of their lives.
And every couple of years they'll be like, yeah, something isn't working. We got to make it work. You know what we should do? Get married.
Yeah.
You know what we should do?
Have a
kid.
baby. Yeah.
You know what we should do? Couples counseling.
Have another baby.
So many things, and it's just like, no. What you should have done is recognize that you're not, like, perfect for each other, and that's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And just, the annoying part that in all these, like, a lot of stories, it's just, okay, like, Eternals was another good example. Cersei and Icarus.
Where that's like, hey, it's the be-all, end-all love romance storyline.
But there's just, like, no interaction.
There's nothing there. It's hollow.
There's no chemistry.
Yeah, it's probably the worst relationship in the whole movie.
Where it's just like, it's just romance for the sake of romance.
And you know what? It's not even the worst relationship because it didn't have enough development. They tried, they just fucking failed.
Yeah, exactly.
They had scenes where they could have developed a relationship, but instead they just kind of stared.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was like,
yeah.
You're beautiful.
Again, it's like,
that's it. That's all you've got, bro.
I'm going to say real quick, Twilight's another good example of that. But Twilight is a good example of literally all the toxic shit we're talking about.
All the terrible elements.
Literally every single point.
Yeah, it's all there.
But it kind of, the idea that like, romance is the ultimate goal. It just provides a scapegoat, just an easy way out for writers to be like, I don't have to elaborate because they're the one.
Yeah.
And I can excuse literally any kind of shitty behavior because
they're soulmates.
They're the one. They're soulmates. So anything goes. And like, no, that's not how shit works in real life.
Yeah.
It's a terrible example to set. And as I'm pretty sure most of us know, with shipping and this kind of stuff, a lot of the people who are into it are kids. I got into shipping when I was like 12.
Yeah, I think this is the biggest issue I have, or one of the biggest issues I have, is how many people grow up shipping really problematic things because they're too young to understand any better. And then it gets encouraged by older people who kind of just, haven't grown up properly.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's,
or worse, they're grown-ups who, like in a lot of the comments for the Twilight videos, were saying, guys, this is just like a movie though. Like, little kids aren't going to be influenced by this.
That factors into not growing up properly.
Bro, you are, that's a fair point. But it's like, being like, this isn't intended for 10-year-olds. It's like, doesn't mean 10-year-olds don't watch it.
I don't give a fuck what it's intended for.
That doesn't mean that they're not going to see it. Are you fucking, are you an idiot? Are you naive? What is wrong with you? But the internet doesn't exist? Where have you been? And the last point we've got to get onto is just straight up abusive behavior. So Joker and Harley Quinn.
Yeah, the
Raylo.
The Kylo Ren and
Ray.
Yeah, sure. And just sort of the way people will romanticize the nicer elements of a fucked up relationship and then just skip over all of the messed up stuff. Obviously, Twilight's one of the bigger examples of this, but there are plenty all over the shop.
Everywhere, unfortunately.
Just characters who treat each other shitty at best, if not straight up abusive at worst. And people are just like, no, but they're just misunderstood. No, they're not misunderstood.
No, stop. Can we stop doing the misunderstood bad boy stereotype? What was that? What was that one that was based on a Harry Styles fanfiction? After, which is part of the reason don't fucking ship real people. okay? Because it then spirals off into that.
To be fair, she's not shipping Harry with anyone. Well, I guess with herself.
It was with herself. It was a self insert.
Yeah, it kind of is.
And it's kind of like poor Harry.
Oh my
he's
god,
he's such a nice dude. It's so hilarious.
When I heard about his response to it, I was like, "Oh, you poor man."
The character in After
I feel so bad
is
for you.
such a
Piece of shit,
stereotypical piece of shit, bad boy with the heart of gold. Whereas Harry Styles is like, yeah,
kind of just a nice guy, from what I hear.
Fuck gender norms.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear a dress for the hell of it. Whereas this dude is just the most stereotypical piece of trash ever.
Yeah,
and it's just like, dude, don't do that. Don't do my boy Harry like this. He doesn't deserve this.
I really don't even care about the guy that much, but don't treat him like that.
Yeah. But also, yeah, stop being like, and again, it kind of ties into the be all and end all, where it's like, oh yeah, but they're meant for each other. So even though they're abusive, it's like, but they're meant to be, guys.
It's destiny.
It's destiny.
Because there's no such thing as the one.
No, there's not.
Even when I will sometimes talk about the one, I'm meaning it in a figurative sense.
Yeah.
More, it's just a way of saying I love this person, but there's no actual one.
Yeah.
I
find that you build the ideal relationship,
Well, yes and no. Don't get me wrong. There are types of people you're going to connect with.
Oh, for sure.
Very specifically,
yeah.
For me personally, there's not only so many people that I'm really going to connect with on that kind of level, but the idea that there's only one person.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. It's absolutely silly, and yeah, it also ties into that idea of unconditional love, and it's like, no, dude, love should absolutely be conditional.
100% should have conditions.
Not in a superficial conditions kind of way. Not in a if you're if you're gay, then I don't love you anymore. We're not doing that shit.
If you cut your hair, I don't love you.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm talking about really obvious stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you murder someone, we're gonna have issues.
We're gonna have fucking problems.
You know what I mean? If I find out you've been abusing someone.
Oh yeah. We'll have serious problems.
I may call the cops.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
See, at least with murder, I could be like, there might be a good reason.
Oh, there might be.
It's like,
you better have a really fucking solid reason.
I will help you bury the body, but then I'm going to have questions.
No, I'm going to have questions first.
Depends who. For me.
No, it absolutely makes no difference to me.
Yeah,
if you murdered someone, I want to know exactly what happened and why before anything else happens.
Yeah, fair enough.
I got my hand on the fucking phone. I'm calling the cops. Tell me what's happening.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, and real quickly, just for the last section of this, Avatar: The Last Airbender, I wanted to bring up because it is
the Katara
my
and Aang
favorite.
situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, go on.
It is one of my favorite shows of all time.
Fantastic, yeah. Amazing show.
Aang and Katara just didn't really need to be a thing.
Well, again, and this is what I've always said about their relationship, is that, if they'd done one or the other, or not at all, that would have been fine. But they kind of did all of those things. She's the mum, the sister, and the wannabe love interest.
Yeah.
But then also, they're just friends.
Yeah.
All at the same time.
It's like, dude, pick a lane.
Just do one.
It's kind of a weird amalgamation of a lot of the previous stuff we were talking about.
It very much is, yeah. But because they wanted Aang and Katara to end up together, they just kind of forced it. Yeah, it was you've ignored the relationship that you've actually written throughout the show.
Yeah, which seemed more to be young kid needs to get over his idealized crush on an older girl.
Yeah.
There's a 2-year age gap between them. She's 14, he's 12. It's not that big of an age gap, but at that age, I'm sorry, that's weird. If I was in year 8 and I was dating someone in year 6, that would be that's
that's the thing. You're not talking about them dating currently. Is there room for them to have a relationship over the span of a few years?
Sure.
I'm talking again, not even that many years, dude. I don't really have them. I remember being a young boy. It's fine.
Yeah, sure.
It's how they did it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
the fact that they play him as the dependent. That's the issue.
Yeah.
They really make her the mum of the series.
Yeah, they do.
If they didn't do that,
because that ties into all the stuff. And then you got to consider the fact that Aang didn't really grow up with a mother figure.
Yeah, he grew up with was Katara.
Yeah.
That was his mother figure. Yeah, it's concerning. There's so many ways they could have done that differently.
They just had to have the big finish with the kiss in the sunset. And it's just, oh god, come on, guys. All right, we'll move on to comments. So,
all right, let me go back a little bit here.
Scrolling.
Thought the emoji would make it clear that it was a joke. Hey, just to be clear, guys, when it comes to jokes in comments, it's never clear.
It's really
It's never clear.
it's difficult every
It's
time.
just really hard. There's a reason I basically never make comment jokes, and why I fucking hate texting.
Yeah.
It's lifeless. By the way, I completely missed the
No,
change.
we read
How
that
this-
one.
Okay. Okay, yeah, okay, so we're moving forward. When I move into Twitch, never.
Nah, we're not doing that.
Christina says she's good. We're still going to figure it out, Christina. Are you going to do live streams like before again? I mean...
Maybe every now and then.
It's tough, because then I feel like we kind of have to have a separate channel for that kind of thing. You know what I mean? They're all different things. I don't know.
We'll see.
Maybe.
We'll have to look into it.
You should react to How to Be Single. I think you would like it.
Never heard of it.
Sure.
But sure, I'll take it down.
Hikaru and Kaoru? We're supposed to make fun of that trip, but people should...
I don't know. I don't know that shit.
No idea. Joined a bit
Sorry.
too late. Took me way too long to get there, guys. We're talking about shipping, not
Actual shipping.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's
We're not into economics.
Nah.
I hate how influences the negative view on adoptive kids, because somehow that isn't incest, because they aren't really family. That is an interesting question. Yeah,
they are
Good.
family.
Good point. Yeah. What about movies and TV shows where incest is an actual part of it, like Game of Thrones or The Borgias?
That is different, because kind of the point of that, say with, Cersei Lannister and Jaime Lannister, it's like, that was kind of the crux of the series, that they had an incest child together.
And the point of it that it was fucked?
Well, yeah, because
this is seriously wrong?
Yes.
Cool, because it's...
Well, except then they
need to be
kind
clear
of
about
went
it,
back
serious.
on that towards the end of the series, where they had Jon Snow being shipped with Daenerys Targaryen. She's technically his aunt.
Oh.
Yeah, they didn't know each other. They didn't grow up together.
Sure,
They grew up
whatever.
like literally worlds apart and didn't know that they were related, but still.
It's messed up, yeah. And
Yeah.
then there's Shadowhunters as well.
Yeah.
And the general consensus for me is, no, that's bad.
Yeah. It's kind of fucked.
Yeah, don't write incest stories. And seriously, in Shadowhunters, she did it 3 times.
Yeah.
There were 3 instances of, like, is this incest?
Shadowhunters, yes.
Probably.
Yeah, Shadowhunters probably the most egregious
Very
example
concerning.
of like, oh no, we're saying it's messed up, but are we?
Yeah, well, it's like, she's like, no, this is wrong, but we're going to come back to it at least a few times.
Yeah. I better try it a few more times, just to be sure.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Super thing was that people actually asked me if my brother was my boyfriend a lot, because he never lived with us. So people think, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty Little Liars had an incest plot too, but the writers did it on accident. Okay.
How do you accidentally do an incest?
Stupidity.
Oh,
Stupidity
God.
is the answer. Okay?
Yeah.
Didn't a lot of Shakespeare's works tend to show any character with an unhealthy obsession with their parent would tend to have homicidal tendencies? I don't know.
Shakespeare. I think you're correct on that, and yeah, Shakespeare was on the money.
I haven't studied Shakespeare, so sure. I'm very close with my brothers. They're my BFFs, so it's bothersome that I can't hug them without the assumption of something sketchy, especially with my brother's girlfriend. With
can't
your brother's
hug your
girlfriend? Get suspicious?
Your brother's girlfriend needs to tone it down a little bit.
She got problems.
Yeah.
That's very concerning.
Like,
whatever. Okay. I have a brother that is a brother by the fact that I've known him literally my whole life, and people always said you two should be like, no, he's my brother. Yeah, I have a similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
again,
my sister that we always talk about, not blood, just to be clear. you
Yeah.
know, but she's my sister.
yeah. And it's weird.
Mm.
It's weird that people, again, it's just that forcing relationships kind of thing.
Heteronormativity in general is weird. I would
Yeah.
get shipped with a guy for standing next to him.
Yes. That's exactly what I'm talking
Every
about.
time I've gone to hang out with a girl who's just a friend, there's always been some person who's like, oh, you guys look like a nice couple. I'm like, she's not my girlfriend.
Yeah. I've had that as well where, say, Hazel's gone to see her friend in Newcastle, and he's a dude, and people have been like, dude, like, aren't you worried?
About
Like,
what?
why would I be worried?
What am I worried
What
about?
am I worried about? What are you trying to say?
Yeah.
You're either trying to say that I'm gullible or she's untrustworthy. Or both.
Or, yeah, or that...
Or her friend's a piece of shit.
or you're like the kind of doormat who like
Yeah.
just lets his girlfriend walk out on him and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
Like-
just not cool.
It's like when the times I've been at the bar with my girlfriend and I'll be talking to someone and she'll walk off and be talking to someone else and dude will come up and be like, dude, this girl's talking to your girlfriend. I'm like, no, this guy.
This guy's talking to
yeah,
your
I'm like,
girlfriend. And
so? He's
They're
like, aren't you
talking.
worried? I'm like, no.
she's talking, not going down on him.
Yeah, and more importantly, it's like, dude, if I'm worried about my girlfriend cheating on me that easily, then we
Yeah.
probably shouldn't be together.
Probably wouldn't be
It's
together.
kind of a concern.
You
You
know?
know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Just saying.
Also, I wonder if because it's not commonplace in our culture to accept that men and women can be platonic friends, are we conditioned to romanticize any hetero pairing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I would definitely say
absolutely.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
so prevalent in media.
Yeah, it's so ingrained.
Which also though is kind of ironically why homophobes are so terrified of gay representation in media, because they don't want what happens with heteronormative relationships being pushed onto kids being pushed onto their kids as well. They're like, no, but I'm okay with that as long as they're straight. I'm okay with my 6-year-old being told, "Ooh, you have a little girlfriend," but I'm not okay with him being told, "Ooh, you have a little boyfriend."
Yeah.
But
that's another
Even
thing.
though it's like they're kids, maybe just don't do that at all. Maybe
Yeah.
just let them figure their shit out.
I was gonna say, gay, straight, it doesn't matter.
Maybe
Leave
just-
the kids alone.
Yeah, maybe just leave the children alone.
For me personally, I fucking avoided dating throughout high school. Not because I was afraid of dating, because I was afraid that I would have to have a conversation with it a conversation about it with my mom.
Right.
I was just like,
that's fair.
I don't want to talk about this with my mom, and so we're not going to do it.
Oh,
Simple as that. You're not coming around to my house, and I have to talk about it with my mom.
Yeah, I didn't date in high school because I knew that teenage boys were fuckwits, and I was like, yeah, teenage girls are probably fuckwits too. I should probably just like save this for later.
I would say just slightly less so.
Yeah,
from my experience.
Slightly less so.
Yeah, slightly.
Yeah.
Teenagers are still teenagers.
I'm sorry, guys.
The goal was his brother that transitioned to a woman later on and manipulated him as the big bad Pretty Little Lies. Okay. I mean, we'll have to watch Pretty Little Lies.
Don't know what you're talking about, sorry.
Are we talking about Jacob with the kid in Twilight? We're talking about just everything in
We're
Twilight.
talking about everything in Twilight.
All of the relationships. Every ship possible. It's all bad.
It all applies. It's a masterclass in unhealthy shipping dynamics.
I had a friend who'd write fan fiction about me and another girl in our class. I never knew how to react, so I just laughed it off. I'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah. I get that
Uncool.
I get that you were taken off guard. I'm not like criticizing you here, but just that's not cool. Your friend needs to stop or needed to stop.
Well, had a friend.
Ah, yes, good, excellent.
Past tense. Yeah. Sorry, you didn't realize there would have been 2 comments. These things happen. It's getting. It's always getting weird.
Oh, it's gonna.
Oh yeah. Marlene King, Pretty Little Lies writer, basically said later on that they didn't know Cece was OJ's sister when they first met them as dating. So it's a Luke and Leia situation.
Okay, righto, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Anyone who says I'm more mature for my age actually isn't. Yeah.
It's
like telling people that you're smart. If you were, you wouldn't need to tell them.
It's the all I know is I know nothing kind of thing. It's like the more you know, the more you think that you're an imposter.
Yeah, it's different in cultures. That one, I don't totally know what you're saying, but yes, different cultures are different.
Yeah, sure.
I guess.
Different.
Yeah. There's something wrong with an older guy or woman if they want to have a relationship with a person significantly younger than them. It does depend on how old that other person is.
Yeah.
Like there's an, who's that English comedian? What's his fucking name? Stephen Fry.
Yeah.
His husband now, is like 30 years younger than him, roughly.
Right.
And yeah, people give him a lot of hate and stuff, but it's like, the dude is like 35 or 40 or something.
Yeah.
Like, they're full-grown adults. There's no child situation going on.
I take more issue with it when it's within that late teens, early 20s
area.
or even early 20s, early 30s kind of thing, because the area of life is
after
so
25.
different. After 25 is kind of the
bit
cutoff
more
point.
like maybe get out of your own ass here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna love the idea of a 65-year-old dating like a 25-year-old at all,
No,
but
they
it's
can do
also
whatever they
none of
want.
my fucking business.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's not for me. I just I'm like, fucking, they're an adult. Their brain is fully developed
At this point, yeah.
You know. But again, that does depend on other imbalances like monetary, like financial
There's
imbalances.
lots of
There's lots of ways that you can
yeah.
have power over someone outside of age.
And speaking of, there isn't a power imbalance from what I can tell in the relationship.
Well, then that's fine.
It's definitely not a money thing.
That's the important part. It's not the age. It's that typically when there is a big age gap, there is a power imbalance as well.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Somehow Pretty Little Liars did an inappropriate age gap multiple times in an incest plot within the same season, and everything was cool with freeform. Yeah, networks.
Yeah.
Networks are totally fine with incest as long as there's no black people involved.
Jesus Christ.
Networks.
That's so spicy.
It's so true.
I know. I didn't say it wasn't true.
Yeah, and to be fair, I should say people of color, but like the Asian and Latinos don't even get to be a part of this conversation.
They don't even get represented to begin with. So Oof.
As a 21-year-old on dating apps, I still feel grossed out when 30-year-olds message me. I thought I would feel like an adult at this point, but I still feel like a kid being preyed upon. Maybe my fault. No,
No, not your
dude.
fault.
If everyone is different, if
Yeah.
you still feel young at 21, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like when I was 21, I still felt like a fucking 15-year-old.
Dude, looking back on 21 now, I'm like, man, I was a fuckwit.
I mean, realistically,
I
at
didn't-
21, I was still a
I
15-year-old.
did not have my shit together at all.
Mhm.
If a 30-year-old tried to date me, now it's like, yeah, I would. At 21, it's like thinking of that. I'm like, no, yeah, that would be a power imbalance. That'd be massively imbalanced because I was very, very immature.
I definitely had older women, like 30 and up, I guess, hitting on me when I was like 20, 21.
Yeah.
But I never had an issue with that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. I think
Whatever.
we've got to move on to the next segment. I'm totally out
Yeah,
of
we
time.
do. There's a lot of comments and questions, guys. Don't get me wrong. I want to get through them all, but holy shit. Okay,
Holy
we are
shit.
pretty far behind.
We're not getting through them all.
Leave them for a little while
Yeah.
so we can actually answer them all.
This is what I was saying. Maybe we should make the comment section longer.
Maybe.
Maybe by 5 minutes at least.
Maybe.
All
Okay, we'll come back to the comments.
We'll
We're
come
going to
back
move
to
on
that.
to the next section.
Next segment. We're doing the good stuff now.
Yeah.
We're coming to a better place. Okay, so one good side of shipping is representation. So Good Omens, The Owl House, She-Ra, OKKO.
So when shipping basically starts to pull in more minority representations in relationships, obviously we're talking LGBT and just
in
other races,
any kind of thing. Yeah, I'm seeing more
people who aren't white.
I'm seeing more interracial couples in shows. Oh yeah, The Ghost of Molly McGee is actually a good example of that. She's mixed race. Amphibia is also a good example of like the main character being of Thai background. But yeah, because when people create fan art and fan fiction with more representation in it, it creates a online presence and pushes it on like towards the show. It's like it's something for the creators.
Helps encourage it.
It helps encourage it because it's something for the creators to then show the network and be like, hey, look, people want this.
It's
people
okay.
like
Maybe
this
we
about
can
this
do
show.
this.
And of course, sometimes it doesn't always work out with the Owl House getting cut short, literally because, no matter what Disney says, because of their gay representation. But say with like Good Omens, Aziraphale and Crowley's relationship wasn't explicitly romantic in the books, but in the TV show, they're really leaning hard into it, being like, nope, it's a love story. You know?
Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, just so you know, you know what's going on with that, and that's literally just because the fandom leaned so hard into them being like, no, this is a romantic couple. It's absolutely a romantic couple.
Yeah.
You know, so that's always cool.
Yeah, it's. I guess it's nice to just have enough people being encouraging of some of these relationships that do deserve to see the light of day.
Yeah.
Like, again, like the black and white relationships, America seems to have real trouble portraying.
Yeah.
It's taken a long time to get to the point where a black man can date a white woman without it being a big deal. You know, it's not so much the other way around, but there's definitely a bit of a like white man conquer. Sort of,
there's
like mentality going
the
on.
trading up or trading down
Sort of
mentality.
deal,
And it applies to other ethnicities and backgrounds too.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, the mellow yellow mighty whitey trope. It's like literally that's what it's called.
Fucking what?
Yeah, that's not my words, okay? Don't fucking put that
Basically,
on me.
the old white dude going to Thailand and finding a young girl.
Pretty much. It's like a powerful white man like with a demure Asian woman.
Oh, yeah, that fucking I know that gets you too, given. Yeah. But yeah, that has always struck me in a weird way. Like, ever since I was a kid, before I understood what was going on, I was just like, why does your wife seem like your servant?
Yeah.
This is not cool.
Because that's what they want.
Yeah.
They don't want a wife, they want a servant.
I know. What they want is a mom who doesn't tell them what to do.
Yeah. No, except then you get to a transition point where I feel like in those ones specifically, it's like you kind of want a daughter that you can have sex with.
Oh.
Yeah. It's at a transition point where it's like when they're younger, when they're like 20-something-year-olds, they want a mom that doesn't tell them what to do. But when they're like...
You mean the man?
Yeah, it's a man. Yeah. Well, when they're like 40, 50-something-year-olds, they want a daughter they can fuck. Because typically they'll divorce the girl that they hooked up with to begin with, who was their mom. And they're like, I'm sick of being told what to do because I'm a man now and I'm established and I want someone that I can boss around. And Yeah, so they get a daughter they can fuck.
It's the Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Cruise situation.
Yeah, but we're getting into the negative shit again. But yeah, the representation is always great. The other like cool thing about shipping is just exploring character dynamics.
Yeah, getting to see how different characters could work together.
Yeah.
And I think this, I don't want to have specific examples of this because I think that this is just a general thing you can look into for any show that you like,
Pretty
especially
much
with an
anyone.
ensemble cast.
Oh yeah.
Preferably an ensemble cast that aren't all fucking family members.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You know.
Someone's just like reaching for the Encanto stuff. Like, so
No.
no.
It can be interesting in certain shows just to look at like how this character could work with this character.
Yeah.
You know.
That's one of my big arguments for. It's called crack shipping. When like you just
sorry, what?
crack shipping, it's when you just ship characters.
It's when you ship crack.
Yo, I'm in love with crack. Their love could never be. No, it's when you like you ship characters that have so little in common, who have never met in the show or anything, and it's so far fetched that it's like you must be on crack to literally want to ship this.
I see.
You know.
Okay.
But to me, I find it interesting.
Well, that's an interesting idea.
When you've seen them, when I've read some like fan fictions of stuff that have done them well to be like, okay, but like, what if they did meet? How would that relationship look? And then created some of like my most well liked fan fictions because I was like, damn, this relationship is just really well fleshed out.
Right.
Even though they've never interacted in the actual canon media.
Yeah.
You know,
And I
it's
think,
cool.
Yeah, and in the creative sense, it gives you the opportunity to explore how these dynamics could,
Yeah.
you know, evolve and shift with the interactions of these people. And yeah, there's, as long as, you know, you're thinking about it relatively objectively and
Oh yeah.
making sure you're not relating these to real people, especially not your fucking self.
Yeah. Self-insert is always a bit.
It can.
I mean-
I think self-insert can be fine if, you know, it's like relatively light. Where it's just a little bit of like, well, I've been lonely and it's nice to imagine like I had a girlfriend.
It's cathartic and therapeutic in some ways. Just don't take it too far.
Yeah, well that's exactly it. Once you start getting into like
Hardcore porn. Pretty much.
I was gonna say long before that, but sure.
Yeah.
Also that as well.
Yeah. Just smut.
I was just gonna say when you start getting into the fandom of it, but yeah, let's go past the fandom and straight to the porn.
Oh, you don't know how this stuff works, my guy.
Oh no, I know.
You don't know how quickly people
just don't need
will
to.
just circumvent. Some people literally never
They don't
even
even get
engage
to the fandom?
with the fandom.
Just go
They're just
straight
like, no,
to the porn.
I'm just looking at the porn.
That's why you see like the ads for like Family Guy stuff, and you're like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh yeah, I know. But yeah, it can be, I don't know, it can be fun. It can be fun and funny and just interesting. And then it can also, again, influence the show where the creators are like, hey, yeah,
that could be a thing.
That could work, you know. But you can't really. It's I don't like it when romance is forced into every single situation possible. But I also don't like it when it's eliminated as a topic completely, where it's like, okay, romance was not a central theme of Encanto, but it did play a part in the story with Isabella's, you know, engagement and all that, you know?
Sure.
It can be used as an interesting storytelling device.
But are you saying that if there's no relationship or romance in the story at all, that's a problem?
No.
Because it sounds like it.
No. I just don't like it when it's like used as a blanket rule for stories in general. People just being like, oh yeah, no, like romance shipping is cringe, you know? When people say shit like that, it's like, no, it's not. It has its place, you know?
Like, that's everything. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
Everything that everyone likes is cringe. The idea that people can sit here and be like, the thing you like is cringe, but what I like, that's pretty sick.
That's cool.
I'm badass, though.
Yeah.
It's like, no. You're just as fucking laughable as the person you're laughing at.
Just remember.
Let's be clear.
Just remember, you are cringe, but you are free.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, yeah, if you're one of those people who honestly thinks that they aren't cringe, that's the cringiest thing you can think of.
Thing. Yeah, is thinking that you're
Holy
cool.
shit. Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Yeah, moving on.
Yeah, next one, other than that, is just how, it can be therapeutic and comforting.
Aspect. Yeah, we touched on that briefly, but yeah, just those instances where, you know, you're going through maybe a bit of a quiet patch.
Yeah.
You haven't dated anyone for a couple of years.
Bit of a dry spell.
Yeah, bit of a dry spell.
Nothing wrong with that.
Haven't got lady in a little while.
Haven't got lady anymore. It's okay. It's alright.
So everything's fine.
It's all Pornhub's fault. It's all good.
But for real, yeah, just those times where you can't get your own shit together in life, and it's just nice to find comfort in a relationship that at least just seems wholesome. You can watch something and be like, oh, that's nice. I wish I, had a nice relationship that was nothing like Harley and Joker.
Yeah. It's also, it's nice to even to just express your desire for an ideal, like, relationship through a piece of fiction as well. To be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to have these two characters, and they're going to kind of dance around each other, coffee shop AU. It's nice. It can just be, like, it can get people through some very fucking hard times, and there's nothing wrong with that, And just the idea of, like, oh, that's just so pathetic and sad. It's like, man, fuck off. Just don't. Could you not, like, shit on people for enjoying something that brings just a little shred of happiness to their fucking lives?
Okay, now, to be clear, I think there's no thing that should be off topic for criticism, and I hate
not off topic for criticism.
I know what you're saying. I hate the idea of calling anything shitting on. It's just like, could you know what you're talking about?
Yeah,
before you fucking open your mouth.
Before you criticize.
Because I'm more than happy for everyone to be critical. But know what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah. The amount of times I see people criticizing this, that, or the other, when it's like, dude, you didn't even Google this.
Yeah.
Like the most basic, shittiest type of research available. You didn't even do that.
Yeah.
And look, it's fine if you don't want to know about this thing, but don't fucking talk to me like you do.
Oh, yeah. If you're going to say, I don't like shipping, why don't you like shipping? Because so much of it is problematic. That's fair.
Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah, okay, that's a fair point.
Yeah,
if you've just been turned off by the overwhelming amount of, like, really wrong stuff out there, man, that was my relationship with anime. I kind of have a hard time getting back into it now because there's just so many of them where problematic stuff is just casually thrown on to the screen like it's not a big deal.
But we're not. I mean, I want to try to be careful about just the black and whiteness.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? In the sense that, like, you can't be like, oh, this whole area is fucked.
No, I'm saying...
I know, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's the same thing for me with anime in the sense that, like, I don't want to watch anime just because, like, I know the percentage, like, the chance, the likelihood of me watching something and be like, oh, no.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not that I think anime is terrible, period. No. And if somebody said, like...
It's basically just gambling.
Yeah, exactly.
You're playing Russian roulette with your sanity.
Yeah. And yeah, as if somebody said the same thing to me about shipping, like, yeah, no, I just don't like how likely I am to encounter some really fucked up shit. I'd be like, yeah, man, that's totally fair. But if the first thing that comes out of your mouth is like, oh, because the people who write it are just really fucking sad, it's like... Dude, eat shit.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about.
And
you're really just going by massive generalizations and tropes.
Oh, absolutely. But this to me at this point is that, like, I no longer care.
Yeah.
Like, you at this point, after you've said that, every word out of your mouth is no longer, like, there's no use to me. You can say whatever you want. I no longer care. I'm not mad at you. I'm not sad that you said it. I just don't think you're worth hearing.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You've kind of shown that you're not capable of forming
a
good opinion.
Like the basic level of respect I try to give to average, like everyone on just an average level has now been decreased. You no longer get base level respect, you get none.
Yeah.
You know what
you're
I mean?
in the negatives now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'd say, like, the last one, which we should have, like, more time for this one, is how it can educate you on toxic and positive behavior.
Yeah. So the positives versus the negatives of how relationships can be handled.
Yeah. So when it's done right, when it's not a Joker and Harley situation.
Well, when you're really trying to analyze it objectively, think about it properly.
Yeah.
Like, think about the long term, like, what does this mean? And what is this, like, how would this actually look in real life? Because that's the obvious problem with the Joker and Harley you're about to get to, is that people just skip over all the details and they're like, yeah, but they care so much about each other.
Yeah, it's a fine line to tread. Because if you watch, say, Batman the Animated Series, it's so clear that...
It's so obvious that he's abusive to her.
He throws her out a window.
I know. There's like a 4th-story window or some shit.
Yeah, and they make a whole thing of, like, she's, like, going into Arkham, and she's got the inner monologue being like, yep, no, I'm done with this. No more obsessing. No more, like, fixating. But then, because he sent her a flower that said, I'm sorry. She's like, oh, my angel. And like, that's supposed to be the point. That's like, oh my God, this is so wrong and horrible.
And it's
and
representative
she
of
has
real
problems.
abusive relationships.
Exactly. But then people do other interpretations where they skip over those things. And
yeah, they just miss the parts where he beats the shit out of her.
I can't be mad at Bruce Timm because it's not like he didn't put it in there.
Oh yeah, he was trying to make it very obvious that this was a fucked up relationship that you should not be like encouraging or looking up to or feeling positive about in any way.
It was so blatant, but then other people kind of ruin it by
just skipping over
things. But like another good example, like, cause I'm sorry, you haven't seen this one, but She-Ra is another good example. I know a lot of people say, oh, Adora and Catra's relationship is toxic because they do like a friends to enemies to lovers kind of arc. But that's kind of the point, is to explore those like toxic dynamics.
They learn and grow together.
And that's how they learn and grow together, and they become better people because of it. Like Noelle Stevenson, the creator of the show, based a lot of Catra's toxic behaviors on her own toxic behaviors that she used to have in her own relationship, which she then had to get over through love, communication, therapy, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it was kind of showing that's like, like you can heal, but this is how you know when this shit's fucked.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a fine line there. But like you're saying, if done well, if they really sort of hone in on the way these two characters treat each other is bad, but they're trying to learn how to be better. They understand that what they're doing is wrong.
Yeah.
And they're trying to talk to each other. They're trying to talk to maybe like a therapist or someone else. They're trying to figure their shit out and do better. And then they actually show examples of them having learned their lessons and improving as people. That's great.
I would be so much more on board with the misunderstood bad boy trope if they ever actually developed and grew as people.
But if the misunderstood bad boy was ever misunderstood to begin with, usually they're not misunderstood. They're actually the piece of shit that everyone thinks they are.
It's kind of like, no. It's not like, but I'm only stalking you because I'm protective of you.
It's like, no,
you're a stalker.
No, but
you stalked somebody.
Hold on. But it doesn't matter if they are or aren't protective. You're like, I'm only stalking you for this. I don't give a fuck what your reasons are.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
I'm only stalking you. Nothing after that sentence. I don't give a shit what you say after that. You're stalking.
It doesn't matter what reason you have. It's like, no, you're a stalker.
Yeah, I don't care how positive you think it is. That's like, we're still following
that just falls right into the same line of like, but I only forced myself on her because of what she was wearing. I don't give two fucks.
I don't care what she was wearing.
I don't give two shits, man. You're a pig. Yeah. Actually, no, that's an insult to pigs. Pigs are wonderful creatures.
That's true.
Yeah.
Pigs are kind and intelligent.
You are scum. That's all you are. But yeah, or another good one of like, say, just blatantly showing the dynamics of bad relationships is literally every single relationship that the character BoJack Horseman has with other characters, and that's the point. A lot of people will shit on examples like this, saying, but like it's so toxic, it's problematic.
That's the point. They're not trying to encourage people into these relationships. They're trying to show you why they're bad.
Just because we're showing it doesn't mean it's encouraging it. You know, and I feel like that's a bit of nuance that a lot of people seem to miss for some reason.
There's definitely a lot of nuance. Well, look, the reality when it comes to having a point in storytelling, whether it be a song or a movie or a book or whatever, you can't be subtle.
Yeah.
People always think, I'm intelligent.
Yeah.
The people who talk to me are intelligent. Therefore, everyone will understand. No, they fucking won't.
Yeah.
You have to be more clear.
Yeah. Yeah. But it does get to a point where it's kind of like when you drop the line, sometimes when you're wearing rose-tinted glasses, all the red flags just look like flags.
Oh, God.
You can't drop that line and be like, oh, man, like this relationship is just so misunderstood.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, it's explicitly
specifically said there were red flags all over the shop.
Terrible.
Fucking everywhere.
Red flags everywhere, but she didn't see them because rose-tinted glasses. And that's how that works. You don't look at love and affection and attraction to someone will fuck up your perception of that person, will skew it. And you need to be aware of that and be careful of that.
Yeah.
You know, like, just... Bro.
You need to be aware of if you're in the honeymoon phase and how to like get out of it, or at least just be aware that you're in it if for the time being that you are.
Yeah.
You know?
This to me is kind of the main argument for creating pretty much all media with the idea, at least in the back of your head, that young, impressionable kids are going to see this. Kids
You
who
gotta
have
be really careful.
no idea of the thing that you're talking about, have
Mm.
no context for it whatsoever, and your thing is their first impression.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to like base everything else they interact with on this.
Gotta be really careful.
You can't be like, no, but it's intended for adults. Kids are gonna see it.
Don't give a fuck.
Kids are gonna see it. It doesn't matter who you intended for.
Yeah.
We live in the age of the internet. That shit does not fly anymore.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, again, it's like those people who are like, movies are meant to entertain, not educate.
No, but they
care,
do.
But they do educate.
But they
Doesn't
do
matter.
educate, dude. They have such a massive impact on our society. Those are just the same people who say shit like, "Oh, but it's just art."
Oh, those stars who are like, I'm not a role model. Yeah, you are. I don't care what you think. I don't care how you feel about it. You're a role model whether you like it or not.
Yeah, and this shit is exactly how we then end up with TikTokers doing POV. I'm your possessive, jealous boyfriend.
Yeah.
And it's portrayed by like some like hot dude,
Some
just making like
garbage dude who's
sexy
pretty.
eyes at the camera.
Yeah.
And it's like that's not what it's like in real life.
Mm.
Stop that. And it just continues to perpetuate the cycle of but like this guy's so hot and he does that. So if I meet a hot guy and he does this to me, that means it's okay.
Well, once again, skipping over all of the negative things.
All the negatives, all the context.
And there's so many little things where it's like, dude, you could pick up on this.
Yeah.
You could pick up on the problem. You're just ignoring it because you saw something that you want to like.
Pretty much.
Like, oh, he's so passionate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's also got a serious anger problem.
Yeah. If that manifests through him breaking shit in front of you, that's abuse. That is just flat out a form of abuse. I know a lot of guys, unfortunately, carry around the idea that, but like, it's better than hitting her.
I didn't hit her, therefore
I didn't
it's not
hit her.
abuse.
No, I did the right thing by breaking a mug instead of breaking her face. No, that's intimidation. That's abuse.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's not as bad, but it's like
better, but like
a little bit.
It's
a tiny touch, not as bad.
It's like saying, "Oh, but I only punched you instead of stabbing you."
Yeah,
it's like you still punched me, you asshole.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that wraps that up. We're going into
lot of
trying to get onto the comments again.
We will do our best here, guys.
Yeah.
I know Kanda at some point marked the start of the thing. Wait, how far?
No, that's too far back.
Yeah.
Not too far forward.
Man.
Maybe I should just start it again.
No.
When we find our point.
Cool. So we're going. Oh dear. Okay, you guys said a lot of stuff. That's cool.
It's getting weird. Yeah, it's different culture. Yeah, I know this one.
Okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
I remember Tova was saying, okay, I went on a date with a guy a decade older than me because I was tired of immature people. He was the most immature man I'd ever met. He was 32 and all his friends were 18. I got out there fast. Yeah. You
also got to consider the reasons. Like, why is this person dating someone so much younger than them?
But yeah, even outside of that, it's a good point to make with the, tired of being around immature people, tired of dating immature people, this, that, or the other. It's like, when you're 20, 21, it's like, good luck.
Yeah.
Who else are you going to find?
Yeah.
Like, you really just have to kind of, like, honestly get out on the internet and find those really specific people like you.
Sure.
if you're smart enough to be looking around like everyone around me is so stupid, you might need to find some more people. You might need to be more specific.
I can totally understand like dating outside of your age group for that reason.
I can understand dating outside of your friend group.
Yeah. Yes, that too. Start there.
Yeah.
Trust me, it will surprise you how often it really is just
your friend group.
You just happen to be surrounded by a lot of idiots.
That was when you date older people because the mature ones that age wouldn't date you. That's generally true.
Yeah.
The mature ones that are 30, they're not looking for a 20-year-old.
Yeah, exactly.
Fearing a gay man's attracting to you is just the fear a gay man will treat you the way you treat women. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That makes sense, yeah. I hate this person is gay, be careful, I might try to do something. Why don't they just say that for straight people? Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, they really should.
Yeah.
If anything, I found it happens more often
with straight people.
With straight people.
Straight up. The titular rolled my first line.
Hey, what's up?
As it's good to have friends from different walks of life, we should celebrate and encourage having friends of the opposite gender too. Yeah,
exactly.
Have a diversified group of friends who aren't all just you.
Yeah, well, that is a different walk of life.
Oh my god, it's like like getting on the bus to go to the city on like a Friday night, and like 10 dudes walk on, they're wearing the exact same outfit and
the
have the exact
uniform.
same hair.
Yeah.
It's just a slightly different color
Yeah.
for the shirt every time. But like realistically, it's just like there's like 15 dudes, and there's like 5 shades of red, 5 shades of blue, and 5 shades of gray.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
maybe a dark green if he's out there. You
If
know,
we're getting spicy.
You can tell he's the wild card of the group.
You know what I mean? It's just like you're all the same guy.
They're just different character skins, like in a video game.
God, yeah, they look like NPCs.
Choose your fighter.
Romance for the sake of romance, 80% of Hollywood. Quite often, there's a lot there. I guess also Game of Thrones has all the toxic relationships. I haven't seen it.
But again, that's kind of the point. So we'll categorize it like that.
We could do this live stream with just Twilight.
Yeah, we can.
Could have. We tried to not to.
We don't want to.
I think there's an important difference between the one and soulmates or love of my life. Those are 3 different things to me. Interesting, but like personal interpretation isn't going to help your discussions with other people. Yeah,
you'd have to explain it every time.
As soon as you say this is your soulmate to anyone, they still think of the same thing as the one or destiny or whatever. And yeah, to me, that's the same thing, even if you feel like it's different.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool if you've got different definitions for yourself. But
Druig and Makari. I liked that. Dude, Eternals.
Oh yeah, Druig. Oh right. Yeah. No, they were nice.
They were actually pretty cute.
They were cute. I liked that.
Yeah. Never date someone thinking you can fix them. 100%.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That was a big thing for me. I stayed single for quite a while because I didn't want to end up in another relationship where I was the one with the power.
Yeah.
I didn't want. I'd been in a few where it's like, well, I wear the pants, and it's like, honestly, I don't feel like we're with an equal. So I don't like this.
Doesn't feel like a relationship anymore. Yeah. Or it feels like a not great relationship.
Well, yeah, exactly. Whether it's with my relationship with Maria, it's always equal.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many times where I'll just fall back into the habit of like, oh, I've got to explain this because I always have to explain this kind of thing to someone. And Maria's just like, dude, why are you telling me this?
Yeah.
You know I know this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You do. That's nice.
With me and Hazel, it's more kind of like a push-pull kind of thing where like...
Oh, you go back and forth.
It's fine for like her to be more knowledgeable in some areas and for me to be more knowledgeable in others and her to be more capable in some.
I'm not talking about knowledge. I'm talking about like contextual stuff, how we handle things.
Oh, yeah, sure,
I don't mean like physical information.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, well then no, I relate to that, yeah.
I watched Twilight when I was like 8 years old because my older sister loved it. Thank God I never really paid attention.
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough, yeah.
That's another big one. If you have older siblings, you will inevitably be exposed to media that's not intended for you. And then you're also getting it through the lens of your older sibling. So it's like, oh, so if my older sibling thinks this is cool, then this is probably something that I should think is cool too.
And quite often your older sibling is going to have not a positive perspective.
Not great.
They didn't have anyone mentoring them either.
Exactly.
No, not after, please.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, we might actually have to look at those movies. I really don't want to. But it is technically a possibility at some point. So, we'll see. That's why I love George Eliot's books so much, because the main woman often questions the one relationships if the guy sucks. Fair enough.
It's good.
Don't know who that is, but okay. That's good. Mia Tequila's video on After and ID fandom toxicity is so good. Lol, the fanfic is so bizarre. Fair enough.
Okay.
I always wondered how Harry felt about that, but just never looked into it. He does not like it. He's not happy.
Yeah.
Harry, apparently he, like, blocked the author or whatever.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Harry is problematic, his political views. I don't know about his political views.
I'd have to look into it. I personally know nothing about Harry Styles.
Yeah,
he just seems like a nice enough guy.
Sure.
I had a fight with someone about the guy from After. She was absolutely convinced he was... Oh, my God. He was a good guy?
Dude, okay, yeah, you gotta maybe cut that person out of your
at
life.
My most like at the most fucked up points of my life, I might have displayed like 10% of his fucked upness, and I was fucked.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, he's
so on a whole other level.
Like this guy specifically, the character from After, is absolutely the guy who like ties you up and beats you up.
Yeah,
on the weekends.
Yeah.
And he tells you it's for your own good.
Yeah.
You did this to yourself.
Yeah. I didn't do anything to you that you didn't deserve. Yeah, no.
Bad Boy with a Heart of Gold is a trip that can be done well, but 9 out of 10 times... Absolutely, every trip can be done.
For sure.
But like you say, they don't do it.
They just don't do it.
They could, but they're not going to. Dylan suffered to all of the After... Yeah, he said Harden is the worst character. Yeah, I think I watched one of Dylan's videos on that, maybe. Because I do remember him talking about it, yeah. Harry at his concerts is so sweet. He'll hand out water bottles if he feels like you're going to pass out. Check little kids are okay due to loud noise. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
That sounds nice.
To be fair, though, that shouldn't be lauded as that's
just
basic. You are a performer. You absolutely have to do this.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be seen as... Like, it's kind of like when people are saying, you know, like, you guys are so nice and respectful. It's like, dude, we should be baseline.
This is just the bare minimum.
Yeah, none of what we do really should be considered that high. It's just that the bar is so fucking low.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the only reason what Harry Styles is doing here is seen as good is because there's Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Or other people like Travis Scott as well. You know what I mean?
Even if you don't do it personally, like making sure that your security team, the people you've
got to make sure your team is
making sure that the concert you are putting on is a safe, healthy environment for everyone.
That's just your responsibility as a performer.
A reverse Travis Scott, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All of the after movies, there's like 2 more.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, exactly. All 3.
All 3.
Sorry for being late. I didn't get a reminder yet. Yeah, honestly, guys, the problem with notifications is that like YouTube doesn't give a fuck if you're subscribed or not.
Yeah,
which is why we don't really ask people to subscribe to things.
It just won't fucking notify you, or will unsubscribe you sometimes.
To be clear, YouTube will notify the people who are the most engaged and involved with the channel.
All right.
And I'm not saying that you're not enough or what. I'm just saying,
not a criticism.
Like, that's generally how YouTube treats it. So yeah, if you're not getting notifications, sometimes you just have to like. I don't even know. Like we try to communicate as best as possible. But sorry. If we could control that, we would.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. I didn't get the end and Aang and Katara ship either.
Yeah.
Well, to me, it's not that I don't understand it; it's that they handled it terribly.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, there's like 4 different paths they could have taken, and they decided to take all 4 at the same time.
I guess as is, they don't
as
get it.
It currently
as it currently is,
yes.
like, bro, I don't get what the fuck, why this is lauded as so amazing.
I can totally get why they wanted to or tried to, but they just fucking failed. Yeah, that's my point there. We are super behind. So there's more after. Yeah, so
we're about to run out of time.
You know what? I feel like we're just responding to someone else.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. We're trying. It would have been nice if they stopped before making it. Yeah, but yeah, 5 is wholly on a 5 what? Damn it!
Alright, we're out of time. I'm just gonna put it on the default scene.
I actually think if you get into the Avatar comments, they get into Katara and Aang better. I think the show does funny because they get. Okay, yes, she does develop a little crush on him throughout the show. That doesn't mean it's good. The problem is that they show the relationship as familial, as well as friendship, as well as kind of just, it's fine. Again, if they'd done any one of those specific things, it would have been fine. But they try to do all of them, and it's wrong.
Yeah, pick a lane.
Yeah, pick a lane.
It's weird.
As simple as that. If you want the romance, it's fine. Do the romance, but don't make him the sister and mother as well.
And literally, they made reference to the motherly thing, like in
several times.
3?
Yeah, specifically you're the mom of the group.
Yeah, well after. You can't even be like, but she was at first, but then it changed. No. This was consistent.
They all see her as the mom of the group.
Yep.
Caught a live stream, Shen Diana. Cool.
Oh, nice.
Glad you're here.
Hi.
I think this kind of live streams are better. We could talk with you guys and it's more organized, at least for me. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do, is just have a bit more structure so it's a bit easier to follow.
Exactly.
Yeah. Unrelated, but I got drunk and threw up first time in my adult life in front of my crush. I might change countries more. Okay. Define. Don't be embarrassed.
Yeah.
People throw up from drinking.
Shit happens.
It fucking happens.
Yeah.
And honestly, if your crush has an issue with the fact that you got drunk and threw up, maybe don't.
Exactly.
Be that into
maybe they're a bit judgy.
You deserve better.
Yeah, pretty much.
If they totally don't care.
You should be allowed to get drunk and throw up once in a while, okay?
Yeah. As a mom personality, it is difficult to separate that kind of behavior from romantic behavior. I thought all the stuff with Katara healing Aang was very intimate, but it could be seen as... They specifically say that she is the mother of the... directly.
It's different. There's a difference between...
They don't just imply.
There's a difference between just being nurturing and then being motherly.
Yeah.
Because they
100%.
literally have Katara be like, stand up straight when you talk.
She literally does motherly stuff.
See, that goes outside of a relationship. If Hazel ever told me, Steph, stand up straight and speak more clearly, I'll be like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, absolutely, what the fuck?
That's weird.
Yeah. Like if Maria started being like, have you made your good food today? Have you been eating enough fiber? Did you go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
There's a difference between nurturing and between
and being
mothering.
And look, to be clear, like, I want to be on board with the Aang and Katara relationship, having been one of those guys who was always attracted to slightly older girls when I was a young teenager, like 12, 13. I was attracted to girls in like 2 or 3 grades above me.
Yeah.
So I totally get that, but none of those girls acted like my mom.
Yeah.
You know?
There's a difference.
Yeah. Would you consider reacting to musicals at some point? We've done like 5
Yeah,
at least.
right.
What do you I mean, unless you're talking about stage musicals, in which
Then
case,
no.
Definitely not. Too hard to fucking edit.
Yeah, no, man.
I think Katara looked up to Aang because he was the Avatar, which gave him some celebrity status. So people think no one forgets that. Yeah, it totally gives him some celebrity status. It doesn't change anything.
At least a little bit.
Yeah.
One of the weirdest things, seeing grown adults harass the real life partners of actors on social media because they're, in their opinion, destroying their ship.
Yeah.
That's the other one with like real life shipping where just shit just crosses over into the real world, and it's like the same thing with like Lena Headey being harassed for like playing Cersei Lannister.
Right.
Well, and it's like, bro, this is her job. That doesn't mean she's a terrible person.
It was kind of funny that people were that dumb in like the 80s. They treated like Billy Zabka as the bad guy from the Karate Kid.
Yeah.
You're that evil asshole bully. He's like, I'm an actor, but okay.
Yeah, hot take, but cool.
But the fact that people still do it now.
Yeah. Fuck me dead.
Like, again, it was one thing when it was a simpler time and everybody was stupid. But it's like, now, the excuses to be this dumb are starting to dwindle pretty hard.
What I think fucking annoys me the most is how people seem to be able to get that distinction when it comes to, say, Tom Hiddleston and Loki. People know that Tom Hiddleston is widely known to be this absolute sweetheart,
seems
fucking
like a nice guy,
dad goals kind of guy.
Yeah.
And then Loki is the god of mischief.
Yeah,
It's like
he's
really,
got issues.
Like, just kind of fucked up character.
Yeah.
But no one's getting them mixed up.
Yeah.
No one's being like, oh my god, I can't believe you destroyed New York.
You know what? It's because he's so likable, people get into like the background.
Yeah.
I think.
No.
Maybe.
Stop. Please stop.
I love that you have a, you're my sister now, sibling too, love my Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Exactly.
I've noticed a trend in TV shows recently where in the second season, at some point, they directly address criticism of the first season, basically breaking the fourth wall. Like, yeah, I've noticed that a few times in some shows too. And look, I think the part of the problem is because creators, regardless of whether this is TV or movies or music or YouTube or whatever else, were so much more connected to the overall audience, and sometimes we lose perspective of the fact that 50 comments about a specific thing is like 0.1% of an audience or less.
That's just among the people who are actually commenting. Most of your audience isn't even commenting.
Like 99% of our audience is fucking fine. It's just every now and then you see like 20 people write something that's kind of like
stupid,
short-sighted, whatever, you know, and you look at it and you're like, oh, why? But, you know, it's only a few people, really, you know. Aang felt like a kid to me, and Katara teens, that the idea of Katara liking Aang seemed weird to me. I mean, no, to as far as I'm concerned, they're both kids, but I hear what you're saying.
No, yeah, I do see what they're saying. Where it's like, on average, 14-year-old girls are not looking to hook up with 12-year-old boys.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, 100%.
They are almost always frothing over guys
the older
that are older
guy.
than
Yeah,
them,
they're always looking at the 18-year-old.
Jet made sense, you know.
I'm glad they didn't really do that.
But that's what I meant by it makes sense.
It makes sense.
He was this idealized crush who then, when she realized, oh, you're actually a little bit shit, she kind of like distanced herself. But then even when she met up with him again, there was a part of her that still liked him. She just didn't want to.
I liked that they did that because it was realistic, but I hated that they did that because I never gave a shit about what Katara thought about guys after that. I'm like, I don't care who you end up with. You have shit taste in them.
Yeah, but again, she's 14.
I know.
Everyone's going to have shit taste at some point in their life.
I'm being so harsh, but it's so... it's so I've seen the sibling thing also turn the opposite way, like BFFs developing romantic relationships, and some fans then going, but they're like siblings, as if being friends with your love is... Oh, yeah, okay.
No, that's a fair point. And again, it depends on execution.
There's context.
Because, it's like, I've seen those people who are like, oh, yeah, I've got my girlfriend, and then I have my friends. And I'm like, Hazel is my friend. Hazel is one of my friends. If we broke up tomorrow, God forbid, knock on wood,
you want to still be friends.
We would probably still be friends.
At least in some capacity.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, yes, people should stop telling all that hero stuff to kids, hero stuff. I'm not sure what.
Oh,
I'm
she's
assuming you're referring to something
heteronormative
we
stuff.
said. No, I know, but
Yeah.
she's referring to something we said. I don't remember.
Oh,
what we
right,
said.
yeah. Something along those lines.
I don't remember most of the stuff I say.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm a little late. Cool.
That's all
Hey,
right.
Jade.
Hey.
I don't know what that means. That's cool. Moving on. Aaron Taylor and his wife is the best example I can think of for the power imbalance. See, Aaron Taylor, is it Johnson? Is that his full name? Aaron Taylor Johnson?
Taylor Johnson, I think so.
It's the guy from Kick-Ass.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know enough about it. Because, like, when I first heard about it, I was like, cool, whatever. He married an old woman. I don't give a shit. But the more I've looked into it, and I haven't looked into it much, but I have heard a few things that make it seem a bit like, oh yeah, that does seem a little imbalancey.
Mm.
So I need to look into it further.
I know nothing about it, so I'm just not going to comment.
But you know the guy.
Yes, I know the guy. Yeah. That's it.
Good problem to have. Don't remember what you're referring to. Obviously something we said. Different for me. I was never immature. I had to grow up early, and in general, I am just naturally serious. My first boyfriend was 36 to my 19, 20. That's some very convinced statements.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I'm saying
you got conviction.
Maybe you self-examine that a bit more. Because just generally speaking, anytime I hear people say I was never immature, my answer is you're still immature currently.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
Like, I don't know you enough, so obviously I can't say this specifically about you, but my general response to people saying things like this is no.
I do understand the sentiment of I had to grow up very fast.
Oh yeah, no, I get the sentiment. Situation. I was an only child of a single mother who was always sick.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
yeah.
You know, segment the good stuff. Oh, see, there's Canda's.
Oh yeah, great.
Starting line. Oh, sorry, Canda.
We just got there.
In Suits, I like the relationship between Rachel and Mike. It felt real with all the ups and downs.
Oh,
didn't watch the show. Yeah, good example for that is Batwoman. They started with 2 gay main characters, where one was black. Now in season 3, there are 4 lesbians on the show and only 1 character in the cast is. Yeah, yeah. I was telling this to Steph the other day. Like the entire cast is just minority representation now, except for Alice. It's unfortunate that Alice is pretty much the best character in the show.
Right.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with her being white. She just... But she acts the shit out of that role.
Yeah. And also just... Yeah, it makes for an interesting character.
And unfortunately, look, just for me personally, I like Ryan, but she's made some stupid decisions. And season 3 is way too much about family drama. But it is still a good show. I still enjoy it.
Something I also really do appreciate, on the same kind of like line of, you know, just because like a straight guy and a straight girl are friends doesn't mean they're going to get together. I like shows where it's like, yeah, there's multiple gay characters
and they're not
have to dating. You know,
that's actually another. That's one thing they're doing in Batwoman. Is like, well, the 2 lesbians and the 2 pretty primary characters, they should be together, right? It's like, no. They've had a terrible setup. Don't do this.
Have you met gay like friend groups?
They can be friends.
They can be friends, dude.
F in the chat for the Our House, love that show, and their relationship actually grew so organically. It's so cute. Fair enough.
Fuck yeah.
So I wasn't the only one who saw Crowley and that it is a couple in Good Omens.
No, dude. Oh man, everyone did.
But I feel like instead of TV actually making things gay because of fandoms, they just queerbait. Well, it depends. It depends on what you're watching.
It really does depend. Unfortunately, sometimes it's them trying to put in gay representation, and then the network kind of slams down on them and forces them to backtrack on it, so it comes off as queerbaiting.
Hold on. First of all, didn't Supernatural actually do the gay relationship in the end? And isn't Good Omens very heavily gay relationship? So how is it queerbaiting if they actually did the thing?
Good Omens from the get-go, even when it was just a book before the adaptation, Neil Gaiman has always been very clear that it's a love story.
Right.
He has not been specific on the exact kind of love, because Aziraphale and Crowley are an angel and a demon. They're not human. They don't even have genders or sexes technically.
Right.
So you can't really say, oh well, they're 2 gay men because
they're just a couple.
Well, but they are just a couple.
It doesn't matter what who they are.
Literally, what they're compared to a lot of the time, they make a comparison to Alpha Centauri, which is a star system, and it's literally 2 stars, which was originally thought to be just 1, but when there was observed under close-ups, they're so close together and they circle each other.
Wow.
And it's like, that's romantic as shit. You cannot interpret that any other way.
Yeah. I think we have the advantage that more lead characters are female, LGBTQ+, and or black. That just helps creating better ships as well. I agree.
Well, it's just, you can't... It's kind of like what I was saying in the Encanto video. You can only expand your story repertoire by including other walks of life, other perspectives.
Yeah, personally, I'm enjoying that for myself. I think most of the stuff I'm watching these days is led by someone who's not a straight white man.
Yeah.
And it's not even really intentional. It's just how it is. And I'm like, yeah, I'm tired of straight white men.
Well, it's just, you've seen it too many times.
Not only have I seen it, it's like, I haven't met enough straight white men that I respect enough to believe this storyline.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so true.
Yeah, it's not realistic.
Yeah.
This guy is intelligent, kind-hearted. Fuck off.
Yeah. Sounds fake.
I just realized this probably takes way more preparation than the previous Chatty live stream, so I just want to say I really appreciate the effort. Yeah, it definitely takes some. We have to sort of structure and figure out how we're doing this, and we're trying to be a little bit better every time. You know what I mean? Steph teaching Sam about crack shipping is pretty fun. Crack shipping Legends of Tomorrow is the best for that. That makes sense to me, because Legends of Tomorrow is a show where, like, everyone's super far apart.
It's just a crack show.
Yeah. Legends is one of my favorite examples of a show that just, like, kind of started as garbage and then just got a little bit better and a little bit better till they got to the point where I was like, this is now the best show in these shows? How did Legends become better than, like, Flash and Supergirl?
Because they gave no fucks.
Whereas... Literally. No, they did the Deadpool thing.
Exactly.
They were like, hey, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's do whatever we want then.
Whereas I think that, at least just from an outside perspective looking in, I think that Arrowverse and Supergirl had pressure put on them because they were like,
and Supergirl.
Flash and Supergirl.
Arrow to a degree, but not as bad.
Yeah. Well, it was like, no, we got to do the like extended universe thing, guys. We got to have the Justice League line up, and they kind of take themselves a bit too seriously in that regard.
None of that is what ruined the show.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things that ruined the show. The crossover stuff wasn't it. I'm weirdly obsessed with the idea of having a relationship with someone who comes from a completely different culture, having culture shock through a relationship and see if you can get it to work. I think that's pretty good.
Honestly, I think that's just a healthy way to...
That's just a good way to see relationships in general. Yeah. Find someone who's from a completely different culture, but you can find, like, common ground and talk to each other.
Exactly.
Again, communication is key.
Oh, for sure.
Actually fucking talk. The amount of times I've talked to people and be like, okay, you've got to make sure you communicate, and they're like, yeah, I know. I do a good job of really communicating, and then you see the two people interacting with each other, and they don't communicate for shit. And you're like, dude, you need to talk to them about this thing, and they're like, dude, don't worry, I'm good at communication. You're good at pretending that you communicate. Yeah. Don't fucking do that.
You're good at using, what's it called?
You're good at lying to yourself.
Like fucking, what's it, when you you present an issue, but it's actually just hiding the real issue behind that. Yeah.
Steph teaching Sam about internet in general. Yeah, well.
Yeah.
It's funny because I'm on the internet a fuckload. There's just a lot of things I just don't get into.
It's just different parts of the internet.
Definitely different areas.
I've been in the fandom areas a little more.
Yeah. The Arrowverse in general. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on there. Steph has always been the teacher and Sam's with his...
I like to think that we trade off. Although Sam tends to take a mentor role a lot more often than I do in general.
I like that they're giving you some recognition.
Yes.
I'm trying to see the positive here.
Yeah. It's alright, buddy.
It's wild how popular crack ships get. Max Goof and Yako Warner is one of my favorite examples.
Yeah.
Are you talking about from Goof Troop?
Yep.
From the Goofy movie?
Goof Troop, yeah, Goofy movie, and Yako Warner from Animaniacs. Yeah, I know.
Sure. Most fiction writers include themselves in some way or another. It's unavoidable, in my opinion, because it's easier to write that. Well, yeah, I agree that, yes, and that can be done fine, as long as you don't get too attached to that character that is you.
If you're basing the character off of aspects of that you recognize within yourself, that's fine. That's quite different to being like, I looked into Harry Styles' eyes, you know?
See how you how you're doing it now.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird, but wholesome, Max Goof and Yako Warner. I don't know enough about Yako.
It just depends how it's done, you know?
People have no idea how a well-written ship or a ship with amazing chemistry can increase audience.
Exactly.
Yeah. Teen Wolf fandom went crazy with crack shipping and shipping in general. It blew up the audience. Apparently, Teen Wolf itself was actually good. It's just the fans who weren't good.
Yeah, less good. That was a big one that I read up on. That was how the one of the biggest shifts from that was the main character who's like this underage boy, and the dude he's being shipped with is like this adult.
They always do that kind of shit. Well, if Teen Wolf gave us a main character gayness, we wouldn't ship so hard. See, that I'm sorry, man. I can't respect that. You're saying that every fucking like TV show you watch has to have gay representation. I like shows having gay representation, but like, I'm sorry, not every friend group has gay people in it.
Yeah,
and that's okay. It's
every...
okay to not have such a diverse friend group that you have one of every kind.
Oh, well, exactly.
We're not all fucking David Dobrik, okay?
You end up kind of going into David Dobrik territory where it's like you
them
just
all.
have you have your token person for each one. You
People aren't Pokemon.
And then those same people will go around being like, no, I can talk about this. I have a black friend. Yes, exactly. You have a black friend. You have one person from an entire demographic of people, and you're using them as the example of why every single racist opinion you have is okay. Fuck off.
I know we got a little off topic on the Teen Wolf thing.
Sorry,
dude.
Yeah.
General question. We're only talking about romantic ships. What about friendshipping? That's a good question.
I mean, kind of.
Honestly, I think I kind of feel like we'd have to set up another stream for some of this stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, friendshipping can be great.
Yeah.
It's just, I feel like quite often it gets overlooked. Like,
yeah,
I really loved the friendship in A Cinderella Story between Hilary Duff and, oh my god, I can't remember the actor's name.
Me either.
But, the best friend character. But they're actually just really sweet. They're nice to each other.
It's great.
As friends.
I love it so much.
And there's no real instance of any point of one of them being like, but if only they saw me how I see them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Oh, so you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I gotta take one for the team and let her go for the guy she loves.
Like, at no
None
point,
of this shit.
They were both just supporting each other with other romantic endeavors. That was fantastic.
We have no time for this pretty in pink nonsense.
We need more people to be okay with this, because you know what? I reckon if more young boys had a good quality female friend, maybe they'd understand women better and grow up to be better people.
They probably would, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah. True Blood books were great because it started out as her and Bill with the be all and end all, but she actually ends up dating a few different guys over time. It seems more realistic. Fair enough.
Fair.
No idea, but sure.
That should be. Yeah, that's more realistic.
I think that was one of the best things in Moana, where there was no romance. Oh my god, yeah. Imagine if they'd done that. Ugh.
I know people ship them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they ship them. I know. It's like, bro, he's like thousands of years old.
He's like 3 times larger than her. He's physically.
Like, yeah. Also, she's 16, dude.
That's what I mean. Like,
she's young for this shit.
Every aspect of this is wrong. Do you even need to bring up the fact that she's a teenager? Like, that should be fucking just first thing everyone thinks of.
Yeah.
Well, hang on a second. You know what I mean?
You're gonna die.
Ooh, okay. Oh shit. Oh god.
Oh no.
I've lost our place.
Oh no. What did you do?
Oh
no, there it is. Friendshipping.
Okay,
you gotta appreciate Ricardo commenting in all caps.
Hey. Okay, so Team Wolf too close to the wolves.
The girl boss too close to the sun.
All right. I have an Alvin and the Chipmunks PFP. I do not care who finds me cringe.
I don't know what PFP is.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, look it up real quick.
And
then judge you. No, I'm kidding.
A fan of Alvin and the Chipmunks is what you're saying? Is that? I don't. Yeah, okay, I don't know. But yeah, literally every interest that everybody has is cringe. We all need to recognize.
Picture for proof. I don't know.
Okay. Fun story, but the Sherlock Watson ship is so popular that even my grandmother, who watches the show, asked me if they were gay in real life because she saw it on the internet. Okay, but then it's like, what? Again, 2 guys can't just be friends?
Okay, no, hold on with the gay.
I haven't watched the show.
With that one, though, specifically, the guy who made it, I'm pretty sure he is gay. And the previous project that he made was literally about unrequited gay love.
Unrequited.
Unrequited?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I've only ever read it. Unrequited gay
love.
It's
the Italian in you.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it was about unrequited gay love.
Sure.
And yeah, it makes the big fucking glaring flags on the gay pride flags popping up kind of seem very obvious. I was like, oh, okay. Which makes it then very confusing because it's like he's always said that he's wanted to do an explicitly gay relationship in a project, and it's like it's not like he was discouraged against it. So people were like, "Wait, why? So why aren't you just going for it? Is the network putting pressure on you? What's going on here?" So yeah, no, that one is kind of a pretty cut and dry example of queerbaiting.
May I state again, Droigan Makari?
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, love that they had a differently abled character as like kind of like the deaf equivalent of tough.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
she's in a relationship, and it's like it has no.
I will say there were some odd things about the relationship.
Oh sure.
Like the way they'd separated for several thousand years and didn't talk at all, and she'd been isolated the whole time, and then everything was fine.
Yeah,
everything's totally fine. Don't get me wrong. I don't think that's a problem. It's more just like that needed more explanation. But that ties into that really needed to be a TV show, not a movie.
Yeah, sure.
So that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
I need to calm down, girl. Yes.
Sure.
I'm sure you do. Calm down.
Calm down, D.
Fucking A. Okay, now I'm fair enough, Jackie. Steph, I adore you when you go into fanboy mode, even if it's a joke. Fair enough. Yeah. Hello, everyone. How's the chat today? That's a question. I think it's good.
I'd like to think so. Everyone's just seething.
I think shipping is mostly fine, even the problematic ships, to be honest, as long as you keep it to yourself. I disagree. Because, look, there's plenty of people who have problematic ships in their mind that they don't realize are problematic.
Yeah.
The question is, how much do you realize how much of an issue is this? Because like, the amount of dudes I've heard talking about really fucking toxic things, and it's like, I don't care if you keep this to yourself or not. You actually believe that this toxic idea is an ideal relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can say that you won't let that bleed into real life. But
well,
you
yeah,
will.
that's
you fucking will.
That's the thing I was going to bring up, is that it's like, you can't not keep it to yourself.
You can't idealize
no
this
such
thing and then keep it to yourself.
You know, I'm just going to keep these values that I have to myself. They influence your behavior.
Yeah.
It's impossible to separate the two.
You can say it's only a problem when they start publicly sharing it, but it's like, what about when they start dating?
Yeah, that it's going to play into how they behave in their relationship.
It's a problem.
Yeah.
Also, completely off topic, I really appreciate you guys doing this at 9 a.m. because I don't have to stay up all night. It's only midnight. Yeah, we try to make it work for everyone.
We try.
It's tough to line up like Australia and Europe, and
every
America.
Single time zone.
You know what I mean? And I guess South America would fall into the same time zone. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Philly Steph, I used to love anime, but as I matured, it got hard to watch. If you want a sweet anime without the gross stuff, Jubaku Shonen Hanako-kun. I'm just going to take a photo of that real quick because I can't be bothered to write it down.
Sure. Too easy.
But thank you. I've been trying to find an anime to watch that doesn't have fucked up shit in it.
My sleep is messed up, so I stayed up till 9 a.m. to watch it. God damn, dude.
God damn, dude.
Yeah,
that's sleep.
Well, I mean, obviously, if the sleep is messed up, they tried.
True. Yeah.
But this is another thing that I tell him all the fucking time. If you want your sleep to be good, you have to go to bed early.
Yeah.
And it's not about whether you are or aren't tired. You have to give yourself the opportunity to have a good sleep. Because if you're going to bed at like 2 a.m., you're going to sleep bad no matter what.
Just be in bed and do nothing.
Or at least, even if you don't sleep bad that night, you will create a bad habit that ruins your sleep for the rest of your life, potentially.
Exactly.
So create good habits. Start going to bed at like 11, 10:30.
I'm just going to jump ahead real quick because Kande's got to go now.
Oh. Okay. Well, have a good one, Kanda.
All right.
Kanda, dude, you
Kanda.
keep doing that every time.
It's the wog in me. I'm sorry.
You need to get it together.
Kanda.
I changed my name for this.
Kanda.
There you go. Well, when it comes to anime, I stopped watching it when I was. Oh yeah, by the way, have a good one, Kanda.
See you later.
Well, when it comes to anime, I stopped watching when I was about 15. But I watched the new Digimon movie and I liked it. It was part of growing up for me. So that.
Oh yeah. Nice. I'm always gonna like it to an extent because it just plays such a massive role in my life.
Don't watch Dragon Ball as an adult.
Oh yeah,
that's
the amount
probably
of shit
fair.
with Bulma.
That makes sense. I would not be surprised. I'm actually thinking back now. I'm like, I don't even have to like. It's been 15 years since I've used Dragon Ball. Like, I still look back and be like, yeah.
Just blatant nudity flashing bits with this like 14, 15-year-old girl.
Yeah. There are good depictions of Harley and Joker in fan fiction where she learns that what he does isn't okay and that she doesn't deserve it and moves on. Well, that's the thing. It's not. The question isn't whether Harley and Joker are in the same story. The question is, are people shipping them?
Yeah.
Yeah. All of the good Harley stories about her like getting past the Joker or just living life without the fucking Joker.
Yeah.
It's one of the great things about the animated show is that she immediately moves on to the fucking Joker.
Yeah. That's the way someone put it was the Joker is her origin story.
Yeah,
it's impossible to disentangle the two.
Yeah.
He's crucial to her character.
As long as we're all on board with Harley moving on from that piece of shit.
Yeah, it's kind of the same where it's like Joe Chill is integral to Batman's backstory, but not because they're friends. He killed his parents.
Yeah. Bruce Timm wrote a lot of great relationships and some gross ones too.
Batman and Batgirl.
That was an issue. That was 100% a problem. Oh my god.
Fucking cool. And then he did follow-up comics where he doubled down on it. Yeah, because at least in
Bruce, why?
at least in the TV show, it was like Batgirl had a crush.
Oh, well, they went
on
and did
Bruce.
that in the movie.
What they did in the movie? Which movie?
Remember the Killing Joke movie? I know he wasn't involved,
Oh,
but then
yeah.
they picked it up. They continued it or whatever.
Oh, I hated that shit.
Batman and Batgirl can go fuck itself.
Yeah, Sex in the Gotham City. But yeah, in the Bruce Timm animated series, he's Batgirl just has a crush on him, but it's one-sided.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean that's
that's
relatively normal.
understandable.
It'd be nice if she had to talk about it with someone.
Yeah,
and figure some shit out. But,
yeah,
whatever.
But yeah, understandable. But then in there's this spin-off comic and shit where she gets pregnant while she's dating Dick.
Okay, I wish I didn't know that.
I know. And it's like, why, guys? Why do you do this?
Don't read Batman.
Yeah.
And I like the fics that explore how Ivy isn't always the best partner, and neither is Harley. They also have issues, but neither is abusing the other, and they love each other.
Yeah, like I said, ships can be a good way to explore relationship dynamics, figure out what's good, what's bad. You know.
I've had this conversation with you in the past where I don't love the Harley and Ivy thing, just because it's like kind of depicts like if two women are positive and healthy together, they must be queer.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's the same thing with guys. Like you have to be gay if you're close with a dude. You can't just have a friend.
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, Harley needs an actual friend.
Yeah.
She's been in a fucked up place.
Sure. Yeah, they are just jumping from one relationship to another relationship.
Don't love
it's typically not the trajectory.
Don't love it. Yeah. I have a hard time watching crime shows now that I've learned that about the justice system with all its flaws in the U.S. There's so much
propaganda. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, the justice system in most Western countries is fucked.
Yeah, yeah. Same with films too.
Yeah.
The U.S. government funds Hollywood in a lot of cases for positive depictions of the military and police force.
Shiro is so great at showing how the growth of the topics of relationship reflects a growth in individual characters too. I think the only other bullyish romance ship like that I like is Mickey and Ian.
I don't know who they are.
No idea.
But yeah, it can work. You just have to be very careful.
They tend to forget that they both have very involved lives and a lot going on. Damn it, I don't know what you're referring to.
Sorry.
Is it the Joker and Harley thing? Sorry. Oh my god, I got you started on the head touch. Okay, you guys talking to each other. That's cool. This is the bad guy Patrick from 10 Things I Hate About You. Is that Heath Ledger's character?
Yeah, I think so.
Misunderstood bad guy. He's not really a bad guy.
I mean, he
is
misunderstood.
Look, he does a few things that are kind of shitty, but
yeah,
he's kind of just a teenager.
Yeah, yeah. I'm half off on that one.
Yeah.
Good bad boy ships, in my opinion. Hyde and Jackie, Jess and Ryan. Sorry, I don't know who they are.
Well, Hyde and Jackie is an interesting one. I guess at least Jackie was technically an adult at this time.
Oh, that's from that 70s show?
That 70s show. Because when Hyde and Jackie got together, I think it was like season 4 or something. But even then, Mila Kunis was like 17.
Yeah.
I don't know if I love that.
Yeah.
I know that the character wasn't supposed to be, but...
Yeah. She lied about her age to get on the show.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Jess and Rory, I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, sorry.
So, but Hyde and Jackie, I do admit, like at the time, at least, without thinking too much about the age thing going on there, that I did like them. I did. Yeah. Okay, seriously, and it's still because you can go on for Droig and Makari still. But equally, the girlfriend changing her boyfriend's whole style and personality within the bad boy trope is also toxic, in my opinion. The redemption should still honor who the dude is at the core, 100%.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Just trying to change whoever the person is never a positive thing. It doesn't matter what's going on.
Yeah, see, I've seen things where people are like, oh man, I shouldn't have to change for anyone, when it's like, you're talking about self-improvement.
Well, you should have to change for yourself.
You should change for yourself.
Yeah.
You should always be improving yourself. But changing things that don't need to be changed. Like, I like this movie.
Yeah,
like,
I'm into this music.
I'm into this music.
Yeah.
I dress this way. Like,
you don't
no,
change that.
you don't have to change that.
Yeah, I've definitely had girls in the past be like, I'll date you if you cut your hair. I'm like,
fuck off.
Well, I guess we won't date then.
Yeah. Too bad.
Yeah.
Shame.
Aren't these supposed to be good things? And they're all given. We tried.
We tried, okay?
We tried, okay? Hey, Bruno.
Hey, what's up?
What's it coming a bit? We really try to stay on topic. I swear to God.
No. We're doing questions now more.
OUAT. What's that?
OUAT.
I don't know what you're referring to, Serenity Adams.
What is
Sorry.
OUAT?
Rose-tinted glasses hides the red flags. What are your thoughts on family stepping into your relationship? Usually bad.
Not great.
Usually
Once
a bad
Upon a
thing.
Time. I've not seen it.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it either.
Yeah, not great. Don't have a...
Thoughts on family? It depends on the family member,
Yeah.
but like, again, like most of the time it's not good because your family member's an idiot.
Yeah, I don't have
However, there are definitely times where it's like the smart family member stepping in and being like,
Oh,
hey,
for sure.
Hey, just think about this.
Yeah, because some needed outside perspective.
There's a different, but
Yeah.
you know what? There's a difference between outside perspective and asking questions and stuff, and just telling someone how to live their fucking life.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The computer's about to die.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Oops. That could have been awkward.
Yeah. Well, stream's over, guys. Bye.
Euphoria is horrible. I've heard interesting things about it.
Heard mixed things, and I guess now, because I've heard so far that it was really good.
I haven't seen it. Well, I'm assuming it's really horrible in the way people treat each other, because I've heard all of the things about Euphoria is that people treat each other like shit.
Yeah, okay.
You should watch this.
I mean, if that's the point.
I guess. I don't know. I haven't seen it. So.
I eat that shit up. That's why I watched BoJack Horseman.
I don't think you can really step into a relationship. You can talk with someone, but you can't stop them seeing someone.
Yeah, you can't control what people do.
Absolutely. I don't think Euphoria is meant to be positive. Again, no idea. Also, abusers who break things usually break their partner's stuff, not their own.
That's true.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think Euphoria is amazing visuals and acting wise, but Celeste ain't lying. Their writing needs work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it.
You can only watch on the stream.
They're just talking about Euphoria.
So this little shout out to y'all. I had a hard time finding him on social media. So the little shout out.
I didn't, but I appreciate it.
Which shout out? Sorry, we do get a few.
Actually,
this is the basketball one, but I swear that was somebody else.
Oh, this was like 40 minutes ago. I was like, I can put up the socials now, but I'm like,
oh god, this was 40 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, stop writing things.
Yeah, stop writing, please.
Do they have an Instagram? Give you socials. Yeah, they did that. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Can you explain that point about different definitions? My personal soulmate is my best friend, so no romance. Well, that's not really a soulmate. I hear what you're saying. You're super close. That's cool.
Yeah.
Love that we all stopped in the chat once we realized how far back. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're trying.
Thanks. Appreciated.
Yeah. And when it comes to romance, I'm looking for the love of my life in the sense that I choose to be with them for the rest of my life. Yeah, totally.
Exactly.
It's a choice.
Yeah.
That you could be with someone else technically, but like this is the right person. This is a right person.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like
There's multiple right people for you, and they can be right for you for different reasons.
Yeah.
That's also something to keep in mind.
It's
There's more than one way to be compatible, you know?
It's like, I'm sure there are other girls out there that I would be maybe as compatible with as I am with Maria, but like,
But
I'm with Maria.
I got one.
I will be.
I'm good.
Yeah.
You know?
She's fucking fantastic. I have no plans on ever changing, moving on.
If you keep just shifting around every time something that's also compatible comes along, you will literally never fucking like just settle with someone.
But in this case, I'm also experienced enough
settle, I
to
don't
know,
mean
you
in a
know what? The
negative way.
grass isn't as green on the other side as people think.
Exactly, that too.
My relationship is amazing.
But it can also just not necessarily be better or worse, just different. Because they'll be like, no, but like I have these problems with this person, and this other one seems so much better in that sense. And it's like, yeah, but then you'll just have different problems with them. You know, it'll just be something else.
No, Ricardo, neither is the one because no single person can be everything I need and no single person can fill all my love. Yeah, so I hear what you're saying, but in that sense, they're not really us. Well, I see what you're saying, and the soulmate isn't necessarily a singular thing, like that you can have multiple soulmates, I suppose is what you're trying to say.
Who like fulfill different aspects.
Yeah, I mean, I think
of
we're
love for you.
essentially saying the same thing, just in different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's such a weird thing going back to media. I enjoyed it as a teenager. Why did toxic relationships seem so attractive to me back then? I'll rewatch my teenage favorites and go, ooh, why?
Because you don't know.
Yeah, you just don't know what you don't know.
Because you don't know.
It's simple.
You don't know what an abusive relationship is actually like. So a romanticized, so a romanticized version of it
seems fine.
Seems legit.
Yeah, you just haven't thought of all of the things because you're a teenager and you think you know everything.
Yep.
We all did.
Yeah.
Female-led in
any... she explains to somebody else the kind of movies we do.
Oh. Right, yeah, okay, good call. I guess the weirdest things with shipping I noticed was in sports where they were like, yeah, these two men absolutely belong together. And I was like, well, they're both straight, so why? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's one thing that really irritates me is like shipping two straight people. It's like, dude, just deal with it.
Dude, it's the same to me as shipping to people or characters who are like gay, but they're of the opposite sex.
Oh,
so,
yeah, like these two should be together.
It's shipping a gay man and a gay woman and a gay woman. It's like, dude, that's really fucking disrespectful.
Yeah,
That's not cool. And yeah, same way to just being like, yeah, if you guys fucking shipped me and Sam, I would be pretty cut about that for multiple reasons. But one of them would be, dude, he's straight. Respect his sexual orientation. That's not cool.
Yeah. Also, they won't be doing 50 Shades. Yeah, when it comes to like 50 Shades and after, the question isn't so much will or won't. It's like, do we want to? The answer is no, we really don't.
Can I fucking deal with that?
But at
do
some
I have
point,
the emotional
we might
real
have
estate
to.
for it?
It's like when we have the emotional real estate, we might have to, just
Maybe.
because they're
So
worth
huge.
talking about.
Yeah,
it's not even about the size of them. It's just the fact that these are conversations that
need
probably
to be had.
should be had. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But yeah, for the moment, we're going to try and stick with stuff that's mostly relatively uplifting. But yeah, if it fits the female-led criteria, Jackie's right, yeah.
Get your drink, stay hydrated.
For Aaron Taylor Johnson, I think they started dating when he was in high school. Imagine being in your 30s and picking up your partner from high school. She was his boss too. Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah,
that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, they met because she was the director on one of his movies.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's an
Wait, she met him when he was 12?
Oh.
Really? Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay,
No,
alright,
no.
fucking
I'm
alright.
not okay with that.
Steph Angular, Romantic Stars.
Oh, it's Aziraphale Crowley.
Right, okay. She met him when he was really young. Okay, we're doing this the same thing. So good to hear a man say I'm sick of straight women make the same thing. Yeah, like I don't even want to be, because like I don't want to do that thing where it's like, oh, you are like this demographic, then therefore you suck. But like, just the fucking likelihood that if you're a straight white guy that you're gonna fucking try to teach me about something you know nothing about, that's the thing that really shits me. The amount of, like, again, straight white dudes who are like, hey, look, you could do YouTube way better if you did all of these things that are entirely wrong that I don't know anything about.
Yeah. Because I don't have a YouTube channel.
You know what I mean? Like, the amount of dudes, like, the amount of non-guitar players who have tried to tell me how to play guitar, I'm like, hey, buddy, there's a reason you suck. Just to be clear, I'm good at guitar and you suck, so why are you telling me this?
The sheer caucasity of it all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You like that one, huh?
I do.
We haven't used that in a while.
No.
It's a good one. It's a good one. Speaking of Supergirl, Sam, are you watching and liking Superman and Lois Season 2? Not yet. I've got a real problem with TV shows right now in the sense that I don't have enough time to watch all the stuff that I would normally watch. Like, before we started the channel, I was completely up to date on every show. I was like, yeah, fucking things are great. And now I'm so far behind on so much stuff, and it's killing me. I looked it up, and he was 18 when she was 42. Jesus Christ, okay.
That's wrong.
Nah,
that's not cool.
Sam, we love you too.
I can't be cool with that.
Steph's here to shine, sure.
What's that?
Apparently, it's your time to shine.
Oh, thank you.
Whoever said Sam is always the student never watched the Love and Basketball video.
Yeah, exactly. See, recognize.
I just got here and it took me way too long to figure out we're not talking about package shipping.
Why is this such a thing?
I'm very surprised about this.
I guess we forget how niche our interests are.
Yeah. Saving the chat with my all caps. Thank you, Ricardo.
Thank you.
Makes it easy to keep track.
I believe you're the only person who's done it so far.
Yeah. Well sent early, but the Bob and Eliza thing in the 100 was weird. So many fans wanted the in real life people together when one was in a long-term relationship. I still feel so bad for Aaron. Okay, Bobby Morley and Eliza Oh My God Clark. That's right? Eliza Clark. And it's unfortunate because they are together now.
Right.
They did get together. And they honestly seem really nice.
Yeah, sure.
They seem like a great couple. So, but yeah, if they were being shipped before they were a couple, when one was already in a relationship, I'm guessing Bobby. That is messed up.
It's kind of the.
And I do really like Bobby Morley and Eliza Clark both separate and together.
It's kind of the Finn Wolfhard, Millie Bobby Brown thing.
Oh.
Yeah, people shipped them IRL.
They're children.
I know. Well, they were at the time.
Well, you know what I mean.
They're older now.
Well, to be fair, they're kind of still children.
They're still kind of children.
They're like 18.
Yeah.
Children to me.
They're kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, they shipped them in real life because they were together on the show. And
uncool.
Yeah, not cool.
So not cool.
Don't do that.
I hate that most of the people I've shipped were actually toxic. At least you can recognize
At least, yeah. If you know that now, that means that you've improved.
It's good to be aware.
Yeah.
Peeps have to go, oh, yep, Candy did that. Hayao Miyazaki movie is amazing if you're in such a good anime.
Oh, yeah, I've heard the Miyazaki movies are really good.
Hello, Diary.
Hey.
Please watch Holes or Little Miss Sunshine. Both 10 out of 10.
I've seen them both. They're really nice. They're really good movies.
Holes wouldn't fit our...
It wouldn't fit our
Little Miss
demographic.
Sunshine, maybe.
It's more of a family movie.
More of a dad movie? It's about the dad and daughter?
No, it's about the mom.
I haven't seen
It's about the whole family.
Okay.
So, but it's like, yeah, it doesn't focus on one character particularly more than any other. So it is very much a mixed bag.
What I will say in that sense is family movies sort of fit. They're like adjacent, so yes and no.
Because even though they're family movies,
Yeah.
guys are less likely to interact with things that are just all-inclusive as opposed to things that are specifically targeted towards them. Whereas women typically have the opposite kind of thing going. They'll watch anything.
Yeah. Oh, Jenna's off too. Good night, Jenna.
See ya.
If you are still here at all.
Probably not.
Probably not, yeah. So this is another anime thing.
Real chill on it. Oh, okay, hold on.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Just gonna... Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
No idea. Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah, Hall's most likely won't happen. Yeah, Jackie's on it. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I finally got a stream. Work has been kicking my butt lately. Fair enough. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a little while.
Yeah.
It's good
Hope
to see
you're
you,
doing okay.
Soapy Turtles.
Yeah.
It's so funny calling people by their
Soapy
like
Turtles.
by their internet handles.
I'm really worried about Soapy Turtles.
My thing with you guys with long hair is I don't mind it, but you better let me braid it from time to time. Well, see, he doesn't have long hair.
Well, I
and
did.
I'm gonna have to cut mine pretty soon.
I did, and
So-
you couldn't braid it. I'd like.
Oh yeah, no,
people
your hair
tried.
would not braid.
It's
Your hair
too
is straighter
straight.
than your hair is literally straighter than mine.
I know.
It's
right?
intense.
right?
Yeah.
And he's the Asian.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of which, I will have to cut my hair soon just to do like hair treatment type stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, I want to grow it back.
Gonna get buzz cut, Sam.
I'll probably just wear a hat the whole fucking time.
Exactly.
Let's be honest.
It'll just be like what, like without this.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. My mom has a coworker who divorced his wife and started dating his daughter's friend. He coached the soccer team. What the fuck?
No, that's fucked up.
What
and
the fuck?
And that's exactly what I mean by these kinds of guys get to a certain age and then they just
Yeah.
want to have a daughter they can fuck.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So wrong.
The American Beauty situation.
Yep. Oh, we're not doing that for so many reasons.
Oh, well, to be fair, it's a Kevin Spacey movie.
That's the biggest one.
Of the biggest, yeah. To be honest, I stopped watching TV completely and focused on my books. I just read about 300 books in 2020. Jesus
cool.
Christ, Christina, that's a lot of books.
I mean, good on ya.
Were they short?
I do get that though, where I'm like, I've watched a lot of movies and TV shows recently, like in a very short amount of time. So I'm more in a gaming mood now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was last night. I was just like, you know what, Hayes, I don't really want to watch anything. Like, you want to just play a video game? Yeah, just need some variety, you know.
Well, I guess for me, it's like all of my TV watching is done with Maria these days.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I guess I have game mood, but that's just because
you
Maria's
time.
asleep.
Yeah. That's Sam time.
I'll play 2K when Maria's trying to sleep.
I can't believe we actually caught up.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand shipping real people because that's super weird, but I do understand and defend shipping people. Shipping, for example, two straight presenting men if their sexuality isn't stated.
If it isn't stated, yeah, because
I guess if it isn't stated, yeah, because there are gay dudes who seem straight.
Yeah,
That's fair.
exactly. That has no bearing on your sexuality. I don't, liking musicals and quote unquote girly movies doesn't make me bisexual. Liking both kinds of genitals makes me bisexual.
Yeah. It's amazing. The amount of dudes who will try and convince me to admit that I'm gay somehow.
Right? Yeah.
For some reason.
Person in the comic just come out already. I already have. So.
And people have to come out about.
Yeah.
There's nothing that I hide.
Guys,
I'm
straight.
Yeah.
No! Where did we go wrong?
I would say there is some stuff in my past that I don't really talk about, but it's not that I'm hiding so much. I just don't want to fucking talk about it.
That's fair. It's
You know?
personal.
Yeah, we're just talking about self-destructive tendencies.
Sure.
We'll say. People
Yeah.
blame Nikki Reed from Twilight for breaking up Nina Dobrev, and seems okay.
Sure. I mean,
Don't know enough about that. Reasons thing that balances me out, especially at this week, was the Seventh Circle. Well, fair enough. Also, Aaron literally said he felt miserable, depressed for some reason, and she should have got him therapy. Okay. Fucking all right. I hate the assumption that they're straight just because they've dated women. I dislike having straightness as default. I like that limits people in trying themselves. Feel like that limits people.
that's
yeah,
fair.
totally
That's fair
fine.
because
You
again,
can understand.
for me, yeah, they will assume I'm straight because I'm dating and I'm engaged to a woman. It's like, no.
No, Sam, they weren't short. Every book I read is 400 pages.
God damn,
Hang on.
good effort.
400 pages is short. That's not a long book.
I mean, I guess it depends how small the writing is.
Yeah, but there's only so much difference. 1,200 pages is a long book.
Well, it's not long, but it's not short either.
400
400
pages.
pages.
That's kind of short.
I'd have to see the thickness.
It's a little bit on the short
I haven't read a book in a while, to be fair.
Where the hell was stuff? You know. Also, I think you guys would love The Mirror Has Two Faces. It's a Barbara Streisand movie and hella wholesome. Sure. Barbara Streisand's pretty great.
My Instagram is filled with Tom and Zendaya ship, and I'm like, yeah, it would be cute, but also I can see it possibly having a negative effect on their relationship.
Well, I think they actually are dating now. But look, my personal take on this would be if people are shipping someone that I'm around or whatever in real life, the chances of that ruining the relationship would be really high.
Yeah.
Like, I would probably not date someone just because everyone was shipping us.
Or worse.
I'd look for all the negatives, like, okay, if people are shipping us, there's something wrong here.
Yeah, exactly. Or worse, in like a Hollywood context, the pressure that puts on them, that, yeah, there are just...
They are still kids. They're like 21.
Also, there are like just straight up fake couples in Hollywood that get together for the clout.
For the publicity,
and for the publicity, and then break up at a like scheduled time later. And it's like... Yeah, that'd be kind of shit if it's like your agent just comes up to you like, okay, you have to date Zendaya now.
Because
shipping, and this will get you more roles.
Interesting, yeah. On the term of sexualities, I've only recently discovered that I'm ace, and it's been much more difficult to explain than the fact that I am biromantic, which is so annoying.
I'm not familiar with the biromantic term. I've heard of demisexual for the other stuff. But
hang on, so what? I'm having trouble understanding what you're saying here.
Just explaining sexuality is hard.
Hang on. What's biromantic?
I'll check that now. See, I've not heard that one.
Yeah, I don't understand.
When a person is romantically attracted to people of two specific and distinct gender identities.
That didn't clear it up. What?
Romantically attracted to people of
basically
two specific...
you're attracted to androgynous people?
No, two specific and distinct. Not overlapping.
Oh, they're different people.
So, yeah. I guess so. You experience romantic feelings for people of different genders. You may be curious about non-monogamy.
So, this is why I'm confused. So, if you're...
Well, I guess
Oh, hang on. So, so what you're saying is that there are things that you're romantically interested in, but you're not sexually interested in.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Or yeah, I guess so.
Yeah?
Because she's saying she's
it's romantic attraction, not sexual. Yeah, so that's what you're saying.
Yes, okay.
Okay, so you want to have romantic relationships, you just don't want to have sex.
Oh, and then explaining that to people.
I know
they're like,
that.
but wait, how can you like not want to have sex though?
Some
But like
people just aren't.
you're in a relationship though. And it's like, yeah, you can be romantically attracted to someone but not be sexually attracted.
Yeah, there are definitely people. Like, I know someone like that. No, for sure. Yeah.
Assigning arbitrary things to gender and or sexuality is the most cracked thing. I can't deal with it.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's pretty fair.
You know, the stupid thing is, it's like, most of the traits, I'd be like, yeah, a real man should have these traits. I'm like, yeah, a real woman should too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A real man should be independent. I think adults just should be independent.
You know what I mean?
To be fair.
Yeah, a real man should be responsible and take care of the people around him. So women shouldn't?
I just think that's just what people should
It's
do.
just a general thing.
You're just describing a good person.
Exactly. Just what I've missed. Everything.
Yeah, literally everything. I'm so sorry.
This is like the end of the stream.
Yeah, we're going to wrap up pretty soon, I think.
Yeah. Fun story. My first coming out actually was a straight in a queer community years later, now very queer myself. That is so funny to me. Interesting. So you were hanging out with queer people and your coming out was as a straight person, but you weren't straight.
Huh.
Interesting. Okay. And that's exactly what fans will be doing to Shawn Mendes. They will not stop talking about how they believe he's gay, and that to him, his then serious girlfriend Camila Cabello was just a cover for.
See, that's not cool.
That's not cool.
Just don't.
And this is like this is one of those things where it's like, so guys, what you're doing is the exact same thing as all of the bullies he grew up with, but you're trying to say that it's positive.
Yeah.
You're like, no. But we want you to come out and be who you are. And he's like, I'm a straight guy.
Yeah,
Fuck off.
That's who he is.
Yeah. It's like literally being a teenage boy and all of the dudes around you being like, fucking faggot, you're such a gay cunt. And you're like,
why? Why though? Because you do drama?
You're just sitting there like, what
the hell? Yeah.
I watched a girly movie.
Like,
what?
Sure.
I have a female friend. Is that, what's wrong with that? I don't get it.
It's like, yeah, okay, I liked musicals and, grew my hair long and wore tight jeans and, wore makeup on stage. And I came out as bi, but my very heterosexual friend also did all those things with me, and yeah, he got called
all sorts of
names and like
things.
made assumptions. People made assumptions about him too, and it's like, dude, that had no bearing whatsoever on his sexuality.
Yeah, I've been called gay many times just for having long hair.
Yeah, pretty much.
The positive thing is, like, for the most part, I don't really care because it's like the only people who think I'm gay are straight guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you think.
Straight dumb guys.
Well, yeah, because like
who make stupid assumptions.
I've never had like women I was attracted to be confused about it.
Yeah.
They never thought I was gay.
There's nothing wrong. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with someone thinking like. Honestly, a lot of the times when someone's like assuming like, oh, like I thought you were gay, it's usually because they're like, you're just so well spoken, or you just dress so nicely. You know, it's usually because you embody a lot of positive traits. It's just like, oh wow, that's sad. It's sad that the bar is so low.
So Ricardo is saying that 400 pages is a long book. She is a bookseller. Fair enough.
Cool.
Yeah, sure. Okay. And then the two broke
up and fans were like, see, we told you guys he's gay.
Oh.
Bro. That's honestly just, I kind of categorize that as just a form of bullying.
Yeah, no, it's straight up
that's
is.
Just
like,
bullying.
That's, cool. Dude, if I was him, that would be one of those things where it's like, I don't want to have fans anymore.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't want to make music. I don't want to have this career.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I would literally leave. I'm like, look, the way you guys treat me.
Yeah, it's not cool.
It's not worth it.
Fuck you all.
Yeah. I'm gonna just go back to a regular fucking job. I'd rather be like yelled at by customers than deal with like fans telling me who I am.
Exactly. Yeah. That's just not your fucking business at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem with real life shipping. It's not your business.
Just like Serenity Adams saying right here, just don't pay attention to people's sexuality because it's not my business. Be with who you want to be as long as it's not criminal. Straight
exactly.
Up.
There you go.
100.
So as it's consensual and on the level, it's kosher.
They're bi and asexual, if that makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Audio's coming in and out, so I'm about to have a good week, guys. Oh, really?
Oh, damn.
That's annoying.
Oh, fuck. We really got to, like,
we got to figure out
this shit.
Yeah, we're going to improve everything as we go, you know? I'm out, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're probably already gone now.
Yeah.
But, you know. I dated a guy for a short while who, when I told him I'd never dated women before, told me, oh, so you're still a virgin. I was like, yeah, and I'm going to stay a virgin.
Yeah.
Fair. But yeah,
hilarious.
Some guys are fucking stupid in some cases. Oh, whatever. People are so weird when it comes to bisexuals. True story. Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, that comes from both the straight and queer communities.
It comes from all over the shop, yeah.
It's
3 a.m., so I have to go to sleep. But thanks for the support about my drunk throwing up thingy. I'll try not to be mortified about it the rest of my life, guys. Have a great day.
Right.
Straight up. Don't even be mortified for a minute.
At all. That's just part of drinking. You're going to throw up eventually. It's going to happen.
Yeah, welcome to getting drunk.
Right?
So basically, you're a theater kid.
They're talking about me.
For you,
yeah. Well, it's just like, oh yeah, I liked musicals and went on stage and stuff. It's like, oh, so you're a theater kid? Yeah, and those kinds of idiots would just assume, oh yeah, if you're a theater kid, you're gay. Only gay guys like go and do theater. That's why they go and make friends with all the girls and they like do all that stuff because only a gay guy would go and make friends with girls without the intention of sleeping with them.
Yeah. Whatever. The fact that you guys went through every single comment, that's more attention span and dedication that I can claim to. Chill live. See you later. We try.
Thank you. Let's catch you later.
Okay.
We should wrap up soon.
We're almost to the front. Yeah. I used to read so much when I was younger, but that got swept away with gaming, and now I want to get back into it. Fair enough.
Yeah, fair.
I'm super late, but I hope you guys are okay. Hope your weekend was great. You know what, Alice?
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
Wasn't so bad.
Yeah. We eased our way into the end of the last video. We somewhat have the next video set up. That's Miss Congeniality 2.
Yes, at long last.
Yeah, it's about time.
The second coming.
But so this coming weekend there'll be no video. We're just going to take the week to chill.
Yeah.
Try and film a couple more so we could somehow try and get a little bit ahead.
Yeah.
Because constantly being behind schedule is a real pain in the butt.
It's
tiring.
It's part of the reason we need a break so badly. Just constantly playing catch up.
Yeah. Life would be much better if people didn't constantly treat other people as if they were NPCs that they could control.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm going to go watch. Jen's going to go watch the Encanto video.
Thank you, Jen.
Hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, so for any of you guys who haven't seen it yet, I hope you do enjoy it when you get to it, assuming that's what you're going to do. And we had fun today.
Yeah.
11:10. This is good. Just a slightly over 2 hours. I think that's a good time. An hour for the pre-prepared discussion, and then an hour to address any other thoughts that you guys have. I thought that was...
Yeah, it gives enough time.
I think it's good, yeah. So, hope you guys had fun. Do we want to come back next week, or do we want to leave it 2 weeks?
Might leave it 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I think just give ourselves a space, especially
Mhm.
since we're going to be recording a bunch in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be doing this fortnightly for the foreseeable future. We
the
might
moment,
change
yeah.
it back to weekly once we're more on top of our shit.
Yeah. So hopefully we
Yeah.
can get back to weekly.
Hopefully.
Basically as soon as possible, but we do have a few other things we want to do as well. And I think for the general commentary, we may have to hire an editor.
Yeah.
So
it's
this is
starting to
something
look
we
like
might discuss it again in the future.
we need to assemble a team.
Yeah, well, a team of one other person.
Well, it's 2 people, and now there's a third person. It's a team. We are a team.
Yes. Yeah.
We're a family, guys.
Hang on, this is the first live record. It was fun. I'm going to go sleep now. It's already too late. Have a good week, everybody. Have a good one, Karina.
Catch you later.
Ricardo, it was lovely hanging out with you guys. Thank you, Ricardo. Maria says you'll be talking about reading hundreds of books, and I just have any others talking to each other again.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for the work you put into everything. Thank you,
Thank
Alice.
you.
Look at getting ahead, guys. Looking forward to your future videos. Thanks. We hope we get
We do.
ahead.
Maria says take care.
Mhm.
Ricardo says please don't tire yourselves out. Take care now.
Bit late, but
Yeah,
we're
late. Well, that's what the break's for. Don't worry.
yeah. We'll try and keep up.
Soaptail says nice seeing you guys, even if it was
Just for a quick minute. Yeah.
Have a good week. You too. See you
Darren
guys.
says
Take
you
care.
guys take care of yourselves.
Saying goodbye.
Yep, cool. Thank you so much for all the nice words, kind comments. Love you guys. And we will see you in a couple of weeks, yeah?
Catch you later.
Have a good one.